It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. Steve likes the weed.
Steve likes the weed.
Tell you about DMT.
The DMT.
Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Hoosiers with the drink, sophisticated blasphemy. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. So let's set our minds free for the singularity. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show.
Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary, sentient, artificial intelligence, flora, and fauna alike to the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. July 6th edition, 2020, the year of our Lord. Big old week, buddy. What a big old week, Steve-O.
Woo! What are you doing? What's going
juiced,
on?
buddy.
What's a big
I'm
week?
juiced.
Why is it so
been
big?
preparing for this my whole life. I'm getting married this week, dog.
Oh, I know, dude. It's
I'm
pretty
getting
wild.
hitched, and I am juiced about it.
Yeah, keep telling yourself.
I look great.
You always got to keep telling yourself that. That's what I did. I was just like, "You're juiced, man. You're so juiced." One of the happiest days of my life. I'll never forget the day I was married. I got married in a barn. Jenny was a little bit pregnant, so it was like this fun shotgun wedding type thing. Her dad tried to fight me, and I put him down. You know what I mean? That did not happen.
Was he able to tell a joke?
Did not. Never could finish it. Funny story. I did not fight my father-in-law. I love that guy. I did, although I'm giving hugs as people are leaving. Some people are leaving, and I see my stepmother, who was earlier in the night. I noticed she had a little bit of wine. You know, like
sure,
hey, having fun. I want people to have fun at the wedding.
I want people lubed up at
Thank
my
you.
wedding, for sure.
So then we see her as she's leaving, and she's got like cuts on her face and looks like she's just been in one. You know, it's South City. Jenny's got family there, so it gets a little loose. You never know pop off.
Absolutely.
Well, I was a little lubed up. So I go, oh my God, did you eat shit? Did you eat? I knew. I know you gotta do it a little longer.
You gotta hold that thing.
So, and she goes, like, just gives a little words. Close, give me a close, give me a close. We didn't lose those.
No, I got.
And I'm like, oh shit! At least she got as lubed up where she fell. It was in a barn, so the doors swung both ways like saloon doors. She got tricked by one of those. Tried to hold herself up.
Saloon doors will get you.
They will get you, man. First thing he said when I met you.
Of all the places that you're going to put a tricky door, the place where people are going to get blind drunk ain't the place to do it, bud.
Yeah, man. It was a floor full of chat, too. She had a little bit of that chat stuck in her grill. Yeah, or you got to pour some peroxide on her head. Dump a little peroxide on her. Road rash on the head.
Go, bud.
It's a tough go. So hopefully, you're getting married near a cliff.
Yeah.
Oh, no. We'll be near there maybe for the...
Not during the actual wedding. We won't be married. So we kind of caught a break.
Why didn't you do that?
That was the plan. Kind of, for a second. But with the number of people that are going to be there, really not conducive to that spot. And
that's tough.
It's one of those things, like if I would have brought 15, 20 people out there, we can make that happen.
Or if you did a lot of clearing, you could probably clear like 3 or 4 trees.
Yeah,
you'd have to do
really.
We had to change the landscape
really
a little bit.
Put my footprint on the environment there. Yeah, but also there happens to be another group camping that happen to have the bluff.
Oh, okay.
And apparently they're a real good time.
And you're like, hey, just got to clear some of these 100-year-old trees for my wedding.
Yeah, this one that's nice and bent and has all this character, it's out of here.
Get it out of here. That's what you do. That's what most people do to start a new marriage is they kill something old and ancient and kind of destroy that.
Yeah, start something new.
Start something new and fresh. You get it.
This is breathing new life into things.
So now you're getting hitched in an area.
We're at the river.
That's cool.
It's a nice big beach. We're gonna be like flanked by big fire pyres, and it's gonna be awesome. Man.
And you're
I'm
also
looking
getting
forward to it.
baptized too, which is weird.
I
It's
am.
like same
It's
type
also
of
this
deal.
particular spot is pretty cool because it's actually the first spot I kind of took Miss the first time I ever took her down there.
First time you guys ever.
She was 30. It was her birthday. She turned 30 at midnight underneath the moon, right in the spot where we're getting married. So. No, we did that back up top. Well, that's where everybody's eating. Actually, everybody's eating. Where that
Cool.
up top. Yeah.
Dude, I'll take the fish. Yeah, no, I'm excited
That
for you,
reminds
man.
me of I'm super excited, and it's I got to tell you, in the last couple of
'Cause
weeks,
shit
I
changes,
have
bro.
certainly started.
I'm
to,
just kidding.
yeah, I mean, I've been living the
I
married
know.
life for quite a while, but the
I look like an animal.
In the last couple of weeks, I took a drink of that water and just poured it
got
right
water.
down the front of my.
Well, it's got
of my
like water
face.
you squeeze out of. See that?
I get it.
See that? We're in a cooler. I'm sorry.
Fuck is on your shirt, Steven George.
Yeah, exactly. I look like a damn animal.
Well, you got a shadow on it too, so I mean, it's not as.
Forget you, Craig Moore, and quit noticing the tiny details of this program.
That's how you know the camera's working well, though, and the light's
That's true.
good,
Yeah.
right? Like
That's
you
true.
can't be mad at that.
North.
So I forgot where I was going with this.
Well, we were talking about you getting married at the river.
Yeah,
and how,
and I-
shit's not
Oh,
changing.
yeah.
It's not
So-
changing.
So
bro.
over the last 2 weeks, if there's one thing I've learned, it's that wedding planners are worth it.
Ooh, buddy.
Man, it's been a lot.
Cotillion's tough.
Cotillion's a project in and of itself.
And then to put
And
a
we're
wedding
kind of
on
coupling
top
that
of
with
it.
a wedding. I'm so fucking excited about it. This is a chance to really get some cool people out together and people that maybe would have missed these parties before. It's going to bring together some neat people. I wish that COVID wasn't a thing because it really has cast such a
That's perfect.
amount of fear over this thing that there are people, dear people to me, like really good friends, childhood friends, best friends, that have sick kids that can't take the risk, or if I got family that can't take the risk. I harbor no ill will towards it. It's one of those unfortunate circumstances, so we're just going to have to party extra hard for them.
It's the
to be
age-old
there.
question, you know. Are you willing to die for this person and
That's
go
what
to
I'm
their
saying.
wedding?
You willing to
you
die
know?
to hang out with me?
So, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm willing to do that. Mike's willing to do that. A lot of those
Anybody worth
friends,
their salt.
those so-called childhood friends, real good friends out there who are like, well, I could get really sick, and I could catch a cold.
Yeah.
You know? I could get the sniffles.
I can get the sniffles.
No, it is
It's gonna
tough,
be
but
great.
it's also great for people who don't want to go to your wedding who got invited. They can be like, ugh.
Totally.
So it worked.
didn't
It's
get any
great.
of those, so that was everyone was
we're
like, "Where's
good.
my invite?"
We're good.
Sorry, you
Everybody
didn't
wants
make the
to
cut.
go.
Kicked too many grounders.
I'll die
to the
with you,
minors.
fellas. on our,
Damn
right. Hell yeah, Craig.
Damn right.
Please. He said, please. Okay, slow down. He's like, suicide pact? Who's in? Let's do this thing.
Over the top or something. So yeah, I'm getting
never
married
seen
this
that.
week. Fucking juiced. Cotillion is right after it. It's going to be kind of a special affair this year. I think we're gonna make some real good memories, man.
Cotillion was our first kind of coming out party as a group, and where everyone we didn't know what we were cultivating, but when we cultivated it, we knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was a game changer.
Yeah, it
that
totally
was the
was.
thing that like the group really advanced at that moment. As far as before, we were a group that talked about cannabis, talked about psychedelics. I don't even know if I think that's kind of around the time the sex cult joke started.
That's when we all finally. I mean, big time.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It is. It's so much fun. So anyway, yeah,
that did.
I feel like
We-
that was kind of
we
where it
propelled.
started. But not just that. It went from kind of you and I being the connector of all of these different groups
Oh, I
to
know.
all of these friendships started happening afterwards. And you and I did not. We
Not
did not
at
like
all.
it.
I do
You
not
did
condone
hang out
that
without,
bullshit.
yeah, you did not hang out without us supervising.
Well, I thought when they would post pictures of each other after the first cotillion, I assumed that they knew each other before cotillion.
Mm-hmm.
And then to come to find out, they made such good friends
Yeah.
and friendship at cotillion and fellowship that it just really made me fucking sick.
Disgusting.
Made me just I was grossed out, man. But maybe you guys can get a little piece of that action this time. Oh wait, it's not for everyone. Let's just remember
not
that
for everyone.
because this isn't the bull float trip. I love that we always try to pretend like it would be as big as the bull float trip. We're gonna
so
open
glad
up
it's
and
not.
do something maybe in the fall. Do something because we
The bottom line is, if we wanted to throw a rager, we probably could, but we're going to have
if we
to.
wanted to, we could.
We're going to have to farm this out to somebody. Like Steve and you and I talked about it after the last one. It got big fast, and we found kind of our max. I think we're going to be a little over it this year.
Really?
But it was kind of.
I saw the
invite-only
people, though.
affair, so I think we're going to be all right. And not that the last one was too bad. It's just. It's a lot of heads to keep an eye on. There's a lot of factors going on, a lot of people to be responsible for. So
I guess I always kind of put that. I'm like, I guess I'm responsible for these.
we are.
Bobos.
Yeah, I mean, we are. We're putting on. We're charging an admission. It's I mean,
Well, you know the people. I assume that'll all come back to you. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. There was
It'll come
something
back
that
to
happened
you.
last year that would have
Come
put me in
back to
jail
you.
for the rest of my life.
Oh, I don't know.
Caught it.
I don't know. Is that you get an accident? You gonna get out of jail free card?
I don't think if you. I don't think if
Accident
you
for burning
burn
down a
10,000
hectare.
acres, yeah, I don't think so.
I
Yeah,
don't
maybe
know.
12 hectares.
Yeah. Okay. There's a line. There's a line there. Okay. You just that area needed a good burn.
The good old burning.
That area needed a good clearing, good burn and clear. We would have just been like, damn, lightning struck when they got out the Ouija board.
Yeah.
So
It was kind of strange circumstances that led to the fire.
Well, we got a couple pyros, just straight pyros in the group, Cynthia being one of them. And I noticed she just had palm fronds, just lighting them up, trying to light like just dead leaves in the trees. I was like, what are you doing? Yeah, it was kind of strange.
Almost like my brother putting a sparkler bomb in the dry woods behind my house the other day, 4th of July.
You don't want to do that, Scotty.
You want to do that, Scotty?
Scotty,
Oh, buddy.
why,
Don't do
bud?
that,
Let me talk to you about fire.
God,
okay?
you know what? Scotty. Now, when we were silent, could you guys hear that? Because this is what we think about Scotty. I don't know. Let me play it again, see if you guys can hear it. Damn, Scotty. Okay. We're going to play this real quick. No, it's just coming
It's
through
coming
there.
through the speakers.
No, it's coming.
It's coming through the speaker.
Here,
picking up
go
on your mic.
go to the top.
We'll handle it.
We'll handle it.
We'll get it. We'll handle it. No, don't turn it down now.
Yeah, turn it way up, and then when I hit the button, you put your microphone near it. Like right now. Okay. Put your microphone near it. Here's what we think about you, Scotty. There we go. There we go. So yeah, I'm looking forward to just getting out on the weekend, getting in the getting in the sunshine. Oh, what the? There we go. Now here, put it back up there.
Funny! That's the funniest shit I've ever seen. Oh my god. It's hilarious.
Just leave your mic over there.
Give him a round of applause.
I just booed Mike.
No, Mike, all the work you've been doing, buddy. I just, this is.
It's so good.
Okay. So
We're back.
But there's listen, it's hard to speed it up, but I'm super juiced to get friends and family together in the woods, marry the woman of my dreams. I'm ready to do all.
You writing your own vows?
Oh yeah. Oh
Good.
yeah.
Good
to
man.
go.
Good man.
You what? Give me a taste.
Never.
No.
Never.
You got a couple days.
Never. You're gonna have to do it on. You're gonna have to do
You'll
it.
get a taste when everybody else. You're not gonna hear the vows before she hears the vows.
Hey, let me hear those vows. Never. I'll never tell
Excuse me,
anyone.
Matt. There's a minister. Matt, can you hold on a second? Steve, get out of here before the vows. Get out of here.
Yeah, he will never hear these.
Not hear these vows.
I made a pledge. I was also supposed to wear tie-dye for Grace John's, but I only own one shirt. Sweet Leaf. Thank you, Sweet Leaf. And North. I love North too.
Good, because we've had a pretty good run. so far, and I would hate to have to cancel our show.
Scotty says, my ancestors were effing heathens. I make them proud.
That's true.
Grace Jones. Jess says she's coming as per usual. Scotty says, I just needed more sparklers and more tape. That guy's got issues, man.
We had a hell of a show. We had a whole day at the river. Went to Washington State Park the other day. We got there like 9:30 in the morning. We didn't leave until dusk. We were the last people there. We wanted to make sure that the beach was just cleaned up. And although I don't appreciate the park ranger just kind of camping on guys. That's been
what
sitting
they
there
do.
All day. You know what I mean? Just sitting there all day long. Like, what are you doing?
Are you a little toe tapping?
I was all right, but you know what I mean. I was just like, what are you doing, fella? I was just waiting for
jerking off.
What are you doing over there, bud?
the park ranger.
I'm waiting on her, try and give me some guff or something because I've been at the river all day,
You've been drinking.
Well, I didn't really drink much. Didn't smoke at all.
And DMT,
but the dude next to me was definitely smoking meth. That guy was an idiot. my brother was having some fun with that guy. He's like, I'll be damned. That fucking hillbilly almost knew what he was talking. We were looking at this little moth thing.
Like challenging him to a race.
Dobson
He's
fly.
like, I'll have some fun with this meth head. Let's climb this mountain. See who wins.
Chances are this guy's fucking watching.
No, he's not. No, this guy ain't watching.
He's watching the
He
show.
doesn't know where you live in Hillsboro.
You never know. You never know. Big deal, dude. Like,
I know. We got a lot of people.
Anyway.
No one knows. Mike.
Yeah, buddy.
I do.
Thank
I
you.
don't like you.
Steve, what's Mike? If you don't mind, bud, let's
sir.
Let's go over to the side over there. Let's,
I'm gonna let you
let's
know.
kick forward over on the screen here. Let's start talking about a little bit of cannabis.
Let's do this thing.
Let's do it.
Oh, look at him. He's got it up. Legal cannabis, a shit show. Who'd have thunk it?
Who'd have thunk?
Craig, I don't know if you saw the article that came out in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch recently.
I got a anonymous tip in my message box last week that there was going to be a feature in the Post-Dispatch about some nefarity that was taking place in Missouri. I have not had a chance to read it. I had a lot on my plate. So why don't you give me the lowdown here, brother?
Well, it's probably one of my favorite headlines of all time. Too fast and loose. Too fast and loose is what they're saying. Fast and loose. They double it. They double it up. That's
how it
so
started,
good.
Like the title and
Yes.
then they open
title and then title again. They
And then
double
subtitle?
title. They title it twice. Too fast and loose, fast and loose.
Oh, wow.
Fake medical marijuana patient certification. Spotlight gaps in Missouri's rules. We get a little bit into our boy Kyle Kisner has some quotes in here, which is like
Awesome.
Kyle. Kyle, that's what I thought. I was like Kyle, and then I was
Kyle's
like,
pretty well spoken.
I was like Kyle.
He's pretty well educated.
After I did Kyle, I was like Kyle.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and then Mike's boy Lou Moynihan, which we all. Why is he looking at me like that?
His mic,
Is he looking-
his camera is on.
Mike's boy.
That view was just, that look was great.
But here's what Fraker had to say about Lou, Mike's guy. Lou was kind of a friendly, kind of a boisterous guy that he was a never met a stranger type person. That's why I remember him, because he was always friendly and would seek me out if there was events. And he's not the only one, as you can imagine. Many did. Okay,
Well,
Frakes.
I mean that is
Okay,
true,
Frakes.
but that sounds a little self.
Kistner goes on to say, he tries to build people up, but he's really just trying to get you to put more confidence in him. It's all part of his strategy to manipulate. I like how they put that in there. It's all part of his strategy to manipulate. He's the dude. Kyle's the dude, and they even put it in there.
They put the fucking in
They
there?
put it in there. They couldn't get rid of it because they
Did
wanted
they
to
put it in
fucking
brackets?
No. They said, "Hey man,
Assholes right in the Post-Dispatch.
asked if any current problems could have been avoided if the state tracked physicians, their employers, and certifying patterns." Fraker, director of the medical marijuana program, said, He goes, "Huh?" And he goes, I haven't really ever thought about that. Huh? That's what he did. Direct quote. Shucks. Haven't
That's kind of been.
haven't really ever thought about anything like that ever in my life.
I mean, I've spent a lot of my time giving the guy the benefit of the doubt.
And you called one guy the pencil.
Oh, that's Randall Williams. That guy.
I know, but
that guy
you're
has the littlest dick energy.
You're picking on his boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I would like to.
like when people call you that,
I would like
I
to kick
stick up
Randall
for it.
Williams right in his gooch.
You hear that? Sounds like a challenge.
Yeah, I would.
We'll do it for charity.
I'd like to tie my arm up with his and have a fucking knife fight, except we use butter knives.
Oh yeah, like bad, like beat it, bad,
Yeah, beat it,
bad,
beat it,
bad,
beat it.
beat it. Okay, settle down, settle down. Oh, Mike's not gonna do it. Mike's not gonna do it now because I called him one hand boy.
Got stuck.
Yeah. So then, Lisa Roark in Cassville.
Cassville Dispensary as well.
She said, the dude was charging $50, and I know I'm trying to get people medicine cheap as I can, and I don't know, you could do it for under a hundy spot.
Yeah.
So it sounds like there's a little bit of clue. Here's the deal. Let me break it down for you hempos out there in the land. There's a couple different types of patients and people out there, and some of the people are out there who have been watching every other state legalize, and they've been watching what steps happen, this goes here, here's the bottlenecks, here's where you need people to step in. They've been watching it. 30 other states did it before Missouri. It was, you got to show me. It's a show me. You got to show me. So what they did is they've positioned themselves in creative ways behind the scenes to reap a ton of the benefits of dollars and monies in Missouri, and they're going to do it off the backs of patients. And a part of me says, that's okay, that's capitalism, people are going to make money, but what we got to do is we have to be transparent about what's going on here. People have been fucked by the state, by little groups that have all colluded together, knowing what was going to happen. And I was one of the people, I'm like, let me get a tattoo on my ass, which I had to get out in front of that story, but I had the tattoo deal. Boo me, boo that guy, boo the tattoo guy, boo him. Thank you. I didn't know at the time, guys. I was just getting a tattoo. But I was naive. I thought when cannabis got here, it'd be a new frontier and everyone would have a fair shake. And it'd be like that Tom Cruise movie with Nicole Kidman when they blast the horn and everybody gets to head out west in their covered wagons. And it's like, man, the green rush is here. We did it. We're doing that.
What Tom Cruise movie is that?
You never seen that?
Where
they all? I think it might be in Australia.
Party.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a real good. So what's happening now is what we should have seen that was going to happen. And now we're seeing all these little loopholes being exposed in our language. And that was obviously going to happen too. Hindsight thinking, oh man, we wrote the language so loose that obviously people are going to take advantage of it. What we need is transparency. And the types of people who are out there to make a buck, that's fine. But what we also have are people who are, when I say patient first, it doesn't do it any justice. When they have put their lives on the line, their literal freedoms on the line for years to get this plant legalized, those OGs of the OGs who have been keeping the dream alive for so long, and now it's a different game. Now there are people in here like, oh, I'm a businessman, I'm going to do that. And it takes all types. But I urge people in Missouri who might be listening to this show, might be listening to all the cannabis media, Casey Weed Blog, Nate on Cannabis, shout them out, Evolution Mag, Greenway, all those places that we're trying to get all the information. We're trying to wrap our heads around everything. And I'm not saying anyone's right or wrong or better than the other. We're trying to get all the information. We're trying to get a little bit of transparency because we want people, at least me, I want people in charge whose hearts are in the right place. And I think in cannabis we can do that because it's a plant. It's a plant, man. It grows so easily. And with a little bit of TLC, we're seeing what these caregivers can do in Missouri. They are growing phenomenal medicine for people. And caregivers can grow so much now. We've written that in our language to where we can do that. We have that option. And that's what we should be exercising. We should be exercising our freedoms as a people because we've given control to the people who have tried to control us and throw us in jail over a plant. We've just handed them back control. We've said, hey, thanks, it's legalized. Here you go. We'll have DHSS write the rules. And like you said earlier, it's like some of these people, you when they say cannabis, they can't even see it as a medicine. And they're supposed to be in charge of all this.
Randall Williams thinks that it's as dangerous as opiates.
Unbelievable. He's in charge.
And that's why, like, I realize how frustrating it's got to be for people underneath him because the guy running the program explicitly said we're not giving out more licenses than the minimum because I think it's dangerous. I think it's dangerous. So fuck you, Randall Williams. I'll say it again. Fuck you.
It's bullshit because we've been on the ground floor and we've seen patients who need it. And now that I've been helping out, Sweet Leaf and going there and seeing what happens at a head shop, man. Head shops have always kind of had this, hey, man, you know what people are going in there to do. You know what they're buying. Kind of get it in a weird bag. And you kind of felt dirty or a little bit, like.
It's like going into the back room of the video store to check out the adult videos.
Damn, right. Or like when you go on vacation, they had that one aisle of adult stuff, like the pens with the boot. But you've always had to have this. There always was this air of that's bad and you can't say bong in here and it's all this bad stuff. Well, now we're reaching a new generation and the people, the OGs who have been keeping the dream alive, they've been in the head shops. They've been running the head shops and they've been in the head shops for years and years and years and years and years. They don't care that it's illegal. They don't care that it's legal. They are going to do what they keep doing. They are going to keep sourcing it from wherever they need to source it because they're not playing your fucking game. They're not playing those games. They're not saying, oh, the government, here's everything. Let me run everything by you before I can get my medicine. I can grow it and do everything myself, but I need to be watchdogged and I need possible punishments if I don't do this exactly right. And it's bullcrap, man. This is a plant. And if you think you're going to get rich off it, great, fine. But I got news for you. This plant grows easily and it grows big and large and growers. This is the thing about cannabis growers and the OGs that were hanging out in the head shops. If you said in our recreational program, put a little loophole in there. It says, you can grow 60 plants and you can gift as much as you want or gift as much in a week. Like you can give it a pound in a week or something, come up with language that sounds good to the voters' ears. The caretakers we know, the caretakers we know,
Caregivers,
caregivers.
Yes.
Let me emphasize the wrong word one more time.
I was going to let you hit it one more time.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Sure.
But when those people would grow enough medicine to feed the nation and help heal the nation, we need to free the plant. All of this bullshit can be relegated. All this crap can be done with if we just loosen the reins. And what looking at the program now, we let an agency like DHSS take control, and we will let these fill in the blank trade organizations really take control at the top. When we've been boots on the ground,
I'd say there's probably less than a dozen people, far less than a dozen people probably, that are really pulling the strings on what's happening.
Yeah, you're looking at
in this
6
whole
to
deal.
12.
There's probably 8 real big money guys that are heavily connected, lobbyists, and
just had all the connections beforehand, just waiting to pull.
And that was the whole deal, and it was going to move at their pace, and it's. I have a problem that goes far beyond even just the medicine. Like one of the things where I started to get pissed off is the fact that Missourians were fucking robbed, dude. They were robbed. They were robbed of money that I'm telling you, if I had the kind of money that people had invested in this,
woo, buddy,
fucking, I have no qualms saying if the fucking state of Missouri, if Randall Williams, little fucking pencil dick ass, said, I'm not granting any more licenses because I think this is dangerous, and I had 6 fucking figures of my money in this, I'd have a gun in your fucking mouth. That's how serious this is. Fucking grand larceny on Missourians across the fucking state. I am 100 fucking $1,000,000% serious. They fucking rob those people, man. And as much as I fucking want to see patients get medicine, I also want to see Missourians have a fucking fair shake. And I have a problem with the government straight up taking fucking shit from people. Pisses me off.
And we're gonna let the government, we're gonna let them in control of our recreational bill. And here's another kind of dumb thing that we all have to tiptoe around, and it's the card situation, where we got to get cards, and cannabis is a medicine for so many ailments, and we have so many things we can put in. We put an amendment to so that you can get your card, but a lot of us know that many people allegedly have gotten their cards just to say, I need a card. I don't want to get busted by the police. I want to source my own material. I was never really prescribed this, but it's a good medicine for everybody. So we all tiptoe around this. We do this dance around this plant that can be grown anywhere. And for them to shackle people, and like he said, they stole. They stole from the people, and now
millions of dollars
with lawsuits,
and
they're going to
taking that
steal
money
from
to
the
fucking
veterans.
protect themselves from the fucking money they stole.
Thank legal cannabis a shit show. Who'd have thunk it, man? So
to just expound on your article a little bit, because we touched on it a little bit.
Yeah,
we talked about who was involved. What happened for anybody that maybe has been under a rock for the last couple of weeks was it 600 patients had fraudulent certifications. A bunch of people like Lisa Rourke, like I think THC2, our friend, Jose Gonzalez down at Primero Clinic. I mean, all of these educated alternatives. I think
Dr. Judd.
There's been a bunch of people that said, "Hey, we'll make it right," and there were some numbers thrown out there by people that were affiliated with Weed Certs in different groups, and that's the whole thing too. Is like we've learned that social media. Is great. It's a great little sounding board for people to complain and tell their stories. But the people that are pulling the strings, like the next tier of people outside of that 8 to 12 that are really making moves, the next 50 people that are also movers and shakers, they don't even have Facebook accounts. They don't care what you're saying on there.
Doubt.
They're too busy.
They might have an
money.
assistant watching Facebook.
Perhaps. And a lot of it. And I think the biggest oversight in our language, and I guess I personally couldn't own this. I haven't spent really any time out in legal states. The biggest oversight was not insisting that every dispensary have some kind of vertical integration. Now, the way that they did this, they really propped up the idea of quote unquote big cannabis. There are people every day on social media, 50 to 60 times a day, asking when do dispensaries open. I got news for you, Jack. Doesn't matter because they don't have any weed to sell. Because
all the weed is spoken for.
It's spoken for, but it's not grown yet. There's only been a couple of places that have gotten their license yet. So you need the cultivation facilities running at full capacity before dispensaries are going to have anything on the shelf. Meanwhile, these dispensaries
they're
have
going
no
in
less. They're paying
cycles
rent.
too.
It's
So
all in cycles. So
Yeah.
I would not be surprised to find that some people that won dispensary licenses and things like that, they may go out of business before they ever even get any flower and product on the shelf. At least in Colorado, they had a deal where it's like I think 70% of every dispensary had to grow, 70% of their cannabis had to be within their own vertical grow. That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
And I think that also allows companies to really separate themselves with brands and qualities, right? And I think that was a massive oversight. And right now, we have patients that aren't confident enough trying to grow. And that's why we do the stay-at-home grow series with Evolution on Thursdays with the whole network. Nate on Cannabis with KC Weedblog. James is doing big stuff, too. KC Weedblog, he's running a fun little stream, man. But anyway, we're trying to teach people that they can grow at home, but it is still cumbersome. Agreeing to grow at home is agreeing to be married to your garden. You don't get to take vacations. You don't get to. It's an everyday job, even if it's only for an hour a day. If you want good quality medicine, you're going to be in touch with your plants. That is not realistic for a lot of people. And so, I mean, and right now, there are people that just want to go to a dispensary and they don't even care that they have to pay a premium to get this medicine. They just want to be able to do it. And right now, DHSS could put an emergency rule in there that said, hey, all you caregivers, until December 31st, get some fucking product on the shelves. Get some product on the shelves. They could do it.
People are dying for it.
Literally dying for it. So there was a major oversight, and I wonder how much of it's an oversight and how much of it is those 8 to 12 people that were like, no.
That's what I'm
putting together a $50 million operation, and I want to make sure that my $50 million operation makes me at least my money back and some. I'm not going to tie up this much of my money for 5 years and not at least triple it, right? And so the people that have vertical integration, they have a distinct advantage. There's not a bunch of them. There's a few of them, not a bunch of them. But how great would it be if each of these dispensaries had at least a little micro grow where they were able to cultivate 100, 200 plants.
I know.
You know, and be able to really fine-tune their brand, their quality from seed to sale. I think if it wasn't an oversight, it was an egregious error on us, on people that knew how maybe important that was going to be, not educating us. And I think at the time, there were a lot of people that thought a lot more licenses were going to be granted.
Oh, yeah.
They were going to have an opportunity to work in the industry. So
No
maybe it
doubt.
didn't make sense. But now looking back on it, if that language was in there, there'd be a lot more cannabis cultivation jobs. There'd be a lot more jobs, period.
Yeah, we looked at a best case scenario kind of coming out like, man, it's going to
Totally.
be the best.
Totally.
It's going to be great. And then they're like, oh, well, we took it down to its bare bones.
I'm still optimistic. I'm still, I recognize people get frustrated. They're like, well, look at Colorado, look at Arkansas. Look. Arkansas passed their language in 2016. They're just now kind of rolling.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's the only ones that just came out fucking guns a-blazing, baby.
God love 'em.
God love them is right. But Oklahoma did it right, straight out the gate. And there's people who are like, well,
Look at that.
there's too much cannabis. The only people that are saying that are people that have an outrageous amount of money invested in this that want to get their money back. And while I appreciate that, that ain't a free market, Jack. And the free market is going to supply patients with affordable medicine, more bountiful medicine, and it would supply Missourians an opportunity to actually make a living at something they're passionate about.
Yeah.
I'm so disenfranchised with cannabis right now. I really am. Like, I'm just fucking the way that everything has played out. It has.
I think a lot of people are, man.
It has been. I just look at it and I saw Kevin Matthews, friend of the show, ran Denver for psilocybin, decriminalized Denver. They're going city to city. They're working to get psychedelics decriminalized, natural psychedelics decriminalized. They were in D.C. over the past week getting signatures. And he wants to go to more cities. And I'm talking to him. I'm like, I want to get the ball rolling in St. Louis. I'm terrified, dude. Like, here's the good news. I don't see such a money first approach to psychedelics being. It's just not going to work that way. So I do truly.
There are
feel
some
like
big companies though.
there
now
are huge
invested.
companies every day, dude. I get news articles
Yeah.
about new companies potentially going public that are in the psychedelic space. Our psychedelic scrapbook tonight is going to talk about the military getting involved in psychedelics, and then also what the state of Iowa
Was
is
it the
doing with
Navy
psychedelics.
when they were singing that the fucking Lion King thing? Did you see that? The Navy singing the Lion. I like the one chick was like, like she was in it. Navy.
Anyway, so
You're ashamed of yourselves.
that's okay. I actually
Navy.
I do.
Did you just boo servicemen, Mike? What was wrong with you? Jesus Christ. Oh, man, I took a hard stance. Servicemen
Anyway,
and women. Yeah, no.
what happened was 600 people got fucked over.
Yep. We'll make it right.
There was a doctor who
Maybe more. Maybe a
there
lot
was,
more.
There was a
600.
doctor's.
He's right.
Well, yes, but
that was an
there
article,
was
but there's more coming.
Yeah.
there was a doctor's name that was used for forged recommendations, and that doctor has never written a cannabis recommendation. That's a pretty serious implication and could mean some pretty real deal federal implication. Now, there's also some rumors churning around the rumor mill that there is another doctor out there that could potentially have been used, or another doctor's name that could have been used.
Well, I went to.
I don't know enough about that to throw that out there, so I'm not going to start some kind of fucking prairie fire here.
I went
but
to Dr. Greg Poehler. I don't know if you.
I heard that dude's got a dick for days.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He gave me a full examination. With it.
With his. Which is weird. Like, usually when you get a full examination, you get naked.
It's the most sensitive part of the body, is what he told me.
Oh, so you can really feel it out.
Yeah, it's like a dowing rod.
Dowing rod.
Yeah,
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. You got a little divination. Man. Finding wells.
He found one.
He found one.
He found
it was deep.
2. You got any quotes or comments over there, Mike?
No, not right at the moment.
At the end of the beginning, there is no industry without taking care of the people who need it, and they will ultimately choose what they want.
All
Tyler,
right, let's see.
I am glad that
just
I did
scroll,
go.
brother. Just scroll. Is that gonna mean jail time? That guy requires an anal probe, is what. I'm gonna assume that was Christopher Crawford, not Rachel, not sweet Rachel.
Billy Joseph, so glad he got to meet Miss Grace.
Doctor of Love, probe 30.
I am glad I did make a choice to go to Lisa Rourke.
Oh, hold on. We got the best comment of the night. Steve, funny as shit.
God damn it, Kendall.
Thank you,
Don't
Kendall.
do that.
Kendall
Okay.
gets it.
Kendall's my guy.
Kendall.
Great little ball player.
Kendall, he's a shortstop, second baseman.
Where you need him? Where you need me, coach?
Kendall.
Kendall's my guy.
Zobrist?
Kendall's my guy. He's
Okay.
He's just a player, man.
Clubhouse guy,
A little
too?
rocket. Yeah, wheels for days, dude.
They're never going to play sports again.
I don't care.
I watched Miracle and I got misty-eyed the other night. And I was like, oh, man, I
Beats
kind
on
of
what I got misty-eyed last night. We'll talk about that
Oh,
later.
yeah, that's coming up. Hey, should we show that ad? Because it kind of coincides with what we
I think so. You know what?
We got a new
I'll tell you
political
what,
ad.
I
Not
got
really
it
a
here,
political
Mike.
ad.
That's all right. I got it here. Guys, listen. Yeah, in just a second. Just a second, Mike.
He's getting ready. He's getting ready, Craig.
Right,
He's
listen,
getting ready.
listen, we got 2 bumbling idiots with dementia and 4th grade vocabularies that are leading the 2 major political parties in this country.
Oh, they're talking about me.
Oh, and us. And then there's us, too. You might not feel like you have a choice. We beg to differ.
You have a choice.
You have a choice. And on November 3rd?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Whatever.
We'll figure it
Super
out.
Tuesday. Figure it out.
We'll
Get a
figure it out.
calendar. What the fuck?
We'll figure it out.
You have a choice, and I want you to remember that when you go to the ballot box.
And post yes or no if you would vote for this
know a
person.
lot about chemistry, but what I do know, it's likely that
Yes or okay, Mike's had the mics back up. I want you to put yes or no whether you would vote for this team. Just reply yes, maybe F yeah, maybe
Yeah, or maybe tag a friend that would vote for him.
tag a friend. Okay, here we go.
Now, I might not know a lot about chemistry, but what I do know, it's likely that the hydrogen atoms inside your body are about 13.5 billion years old. And I might not know a lot about nanotechnology, but I do know it's important in quantum computing and the eventual takeover by our machine overlords. And I might not know a lot about otters, but damn is it cute when they hold their hands as they go to sleep. But what I do know is the correct bait to use at what time of day to catch you a real nice hog of a largemouth bass. And what I do know are the beautiful intricacies and sensations that is the cannabis plant. And what I do know are how psychedelics can help heal the nation filled with pain, trauma, and anxiety. I believe in America. I believe in the world. And most of all, I believe in you. Thank you, and I approve this message.
This ad paid for by Mycelial Media, mainly out of Craig's bank account, so please don't tell Craig that we are paying for it out of Mycelial Media. Thank you and goodbye. Pretty good. I vote for those guys.
I'd vote for those guys in a heartbeat, man.
Look, they're all saying, yeah. They're like, yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. Hit him again with it. Hit him again.
Shake that dick. That's an exciting crowd. You know what? Thinking about that.
Excited crowd.
I'll tell you what. We actually had something kind of fun happen. And I think after we got a little fired up, I think I threatened to put a gun in the mouth of the director of the HSS.
You did. You threatened to kill a lot of people.
Listen, we need to calm things down a little bit here. We need to calm things
Craig's
down.
eyes
just
glassed
a little bit.
over.
I got a little fucking angry. Okay? I don't take kindly to Missourians being stole from.
Oh,
All right?
dang.
I don't take kindly to it.
That's the type of guy I want in office. Somebody's going to put a gun in someone's
Put a gun in
mouth.
something now! Mike, do me a favor.
Yeah, buddy.
There is a scene there. So about 14 months ago, we had a post in the Sophisticated Hoosiers. And it was a good friend of ours from the TMA page.
I know where you're going with this.
Okay.
And just a great guy. Good soul, man. A great smile. Always making me laugh. He gets it. He gets the joke.
God, he's a beautiful human.
He's a
man.
beautiful human. I wish we could hang out with him more.
His family's beautiful.
Yeah, gorgeous.
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 Just
So gorgeous, in fact.
chiseled
He
from the clay.
so the whole idea was, I think it was like some kind of contest that was going on down Jeffco, like some kind of salon. It was like a mother-daughter look-alike contest. And he posted a picture of his wife and his mother-in-law, which Ryan, I see you working there, Pixie. He posted a picture and he said, "Hey, we need some help. This salon is whoever could get the most, I think, shares, likes on the picture itself."
It's called Sassy Salon.
They were gonna get some kind of sweet package.
Sassy
Some kind of sweet package. Haircuts for a year or something. I don't know.
Haircuts for a year. Haircuts and colors and
for
perms.
like a year.
3 perms. You get three perms.
3 perms and a Brazilian.
Yep. One Brazilian. One Brazilian.
You got to time it just right.
And I contemplate.
So
Complimentary.
a complimentary.
Butt plug is what I was going to. Let me get it out.
So he came to the page and I said, "All right, here's the deal. I'm going to share this, and I'm going to encourage the Hoosiers to engage with this post."
Engaged.
And Ryan said, "If you do, I'll have something a little nice for you."
Oh.
So I believe it's called Hoosier Beef over there, Mike.
Okay.
If you want to just throw that up on the screen for our folks to check it out. Guys, you did it, is all I'm saying. 14 months ago, we asked you to do something, and you did it.
Is there any music to this?
There's no music.
Let's see, what song should we put over the top of this?
We will make
a
this
video
into a whole thing.
Yes.
But we felt like you, the people, deserved this. You earned this. She's got free haircuts. You got to get something out of the deal. And here it is. We present you Hoosier Beef with our friend Ryan Picarella.
Carrying and lazing in the road that I must travel. Carrying and lazing in the highway in the night.
Hoosier Sophisticate shirt.
Carrying and lazing in the road that I must
This one right here.
travel.
This is Bo Derek and
gets
10.
me.
Bo Derek
This
and 10.
gets me. Look, you can't see the logo now. It starts to like appear as it dries. Oh my God. To be the I don't know who filmed this, but one lucky human being got to do that. Oh me, oh my. Oh. Look, he looks good in the face too.
He really does. I mean, he's
his
got it.
eyes.
Check out the dumper on this.
Oh
dude.
my God.
Look at that.
Oh,
All right.
that was too quick.
Yeah, I know. I should have held that one out there.
What happened to his dumper?
It was just it. It was just a picture.
What happened to his pooper?
I know. I should have just stretched it out.
What happened to his hairy hands?
He's got a nice can.
Kid's got a great
He's got a
little,
can for days.
Great little caboose on him, man.
Guys, you did that. He made that for you, the people. You helped his wife get haircuts, so you get to see a little slice of beefcake.
Yeah,
Ryan, we love you, bud.
Everyone's jerking off and they're saying, "Oh my God, I'm so horny. Oh my God, that ass, that dumper."
Oh, Kyle Kisner just joined.
Kyle.
I was trying to say his middle name. William.
That's like
Kisner.
it was like Street Fighter. Kyle Kisner.
We were just talking about you, Kyle.
Yeah, we were. You got a quote in the paper.
You were in the paper, dog.
And it was like,
so anyway, yeah, you know what? Good call, Mike. This is for you,
thank
Pixie.
you, Mike. Jenny says, "Yay, Ryan, settle down, honey." I know. Well, it was weird. Last night, I wake up like 3 a.m. I see that Jen is fully under the covers, but I just see the covers doing one of these. You know what I mean? She's got Pixie's photos up. You know what I mean? But I was like,
but it's
why?
moving like that?
Yeah, I didn't understand. And it was by her nipples, too, which was weird. And I was like, what, is that something girls do?
You learn something new every day.
What do girls do?
Stuff and things.
You could tell me after your wedding night.
I'll be able to let you know.
Yeah,
I've been holding out
you've
all
let
this
me
time.
know.
I can't wait to consummate.
And you're only like an eighth of the way jerked off, too. Or like 7/8 of the way jerked off. You've never...
No,
he's never climaxed.
I've told the story.
Craig has never climaxed.
I've told the story. I swore off jerking off after the first time when I gave myself blue balls, or what I think is blue balls. I was jerking off to some 2D, I don't know, porn or something like an
Purple
old MS-DOS print program that was X-rated.
Ooh,
I was just
yeah.
getting after it. And when I felt that eruption coming, I was like, "No, stop it!"
Why? That's a good thing.
No,
I know, but like, what in your instincts would tell you
don't-
no? What? And it's
Yeah, I think
really
it was the
messed you
guilt.
up.
I
It's
think it
messed
was
you
the
up. Yeah,
guilt. I heard the Metatron's voice say, "Don't you spill it."
Yeah.
Go to hell forever.
That's the only thing that gets me off
And
now.
then it just went backwards into me, and it was
Came out your butt. Have you ever had that?
I think it's time to go to commercial.
Commercial break sounds
Yeah,
good.
Guys, let's kick it over to commercial. These are our sponsors, and if you spend money with our sponsors, we'll tend to like you a little bit better. You might you might even get invites to, I don't know, specific parties and stuff. But that takes you being a part of us.
That'll
being a part
help.
of this, but it certainly helps.
Can't hurt your chances.
I mean, no purchase necessary, but it's certainly recommended. Guys, we'll see you on the other side of the break.
James Carlton. Insurance 314-961-4800. Handsome, amazing, astonishing, astounding, fabulous, incredible, fantastical, phenomenal, prodigious, stupendous, unbelievable, wondrous, divine, fantastical. No, seriously, he's fantastical. You got a house, go on and get it insured. You got a car, you gotta get it insured. You got a life, go on and get it insured. CarltonInsurance.net. Fantastical, stupendous, fantastic.
Do you take our insurance and are you cannabis friendly? And they all said no. And then at that last phone call, that 8th phone call, I was like, do you know anybody that is? I'm desperate. I've called 7 other people. You're my 8th phone call. At this point, I'm crying my eyes out. And this lady just felt bad for me and said, hold on, let me call you back in a few minutes. And they called me back and they said that they would take him, but under a certain amount of conditions. And the main condition was that if they felt that cannabis was not working for him, then they would take him from us and put him in and Child Protective Services, and then they would take the other 2 kids too. Because they were both underage.
Then
and we would be charged with child endangerment.
So they'd go to federal prison.
Yeah, we would go to federal prison. So we said, bring it on.
Come to Privilege, I got good fries.
This is one of the best Cubans. I try a Cuban everywhere I go, and this is one of the best damn Cubans I've ever had. And we've got a little white cheddar mac here with a little cracker mac. Life changing, incendiary.
Everywhere I go, I try the Cuban. This time I didn't. I got the grilled cheese bacon burger.
Look at that thing.
With put some pepper jack on there, some jalapenos, and we got some crinkle fries. And all I can say is, oh baby, grow baby.
As you can see, this was once a delicious plate of coconut scrimps, and I devoured it. And if I had to say, if I had to give it a review real quick, I'd say it's an orgasmic feast of the senses.
And I love meat.
See ya at Truman's, guys.
We're back and everyone's going wild about it. See if that changes anything up on our feed
I
here.
think so. Yep.
Change it up on our feed.
Guys, Steve likes the weed. Craig will tell you about DMT. It is time this week. Mike, if you don't mind clicking over on the show topics there. Yeah, but we're going to flip over. It's time to do the psychedelic scrapbook. Pretty interesting stuff this week. You don't get to hear my sultry
It's
tones
working.
over it, but you can read it and you'll get it. All right? This is this week's psychedelic scrapbook.
Now turn the desktop off. Mike, desktop off and our mics. The top one, Mike, that one and mics. And our mic. Nope, wrong one. That's
It was developed to study Schedule 1 substances and their ability to treat psychological disorders like PTSD and major shit. Hi, my name's Craig. Last month, the University of North Carolina announced a 4-year, $26,975,142 cooperative agreement with DARPA, the Department of... damn it. This is me, Craig. The research will be led by Brian L. Roth, medical doctor and physical doctor guy, and aims to create new medications to effectively and rapidly treat depression, anxiety, and some shit. Psychedelic scrapbook. Iowa House rejects psilocybin decriminalization. Shit. Eyes, Craig. Iowa State Representative Jeff Shipley introduced a proposed amendment to the state's budget bill. Shite. The proposal was rejected by a 17 to 76 vote. The Marijuana Moment reported. This is Craig. This is Craig talking right now. The proposal was rejected by a 17 to 76. We're going to drive that one home. Shipley, who is a Republican, filed a similar bill in February 2019 that proposed the legalization of psilocybin and MDMA in the Hawkeye State. The bill remains under committee review. Shipley has since been drug tested several times because the dude, he likes to party.
And now back to your regularly scheduled deprogramming. That was great, Steve.
That was good. You did a good read.
You nailed it. A couple cool things, right?
Leave it on. You know what I think about that? I was gonna do it.
Wait, which one? The Iowa legislature?
Yeah. I bet Craig wants to hit Steve. God, she knows us so well. This is Craig talking. See, they thought it was funny. That was Trent. Trent, hitch means get married.
Yes, that's what it means. So, a couple things happened. The U.S. military decided that they're going to partner up with the University of North Carolina, $26
Tar
million.
Heels.
The Tar Heels.
Tar Heels.
Chapel Hill, man. They're going to partner up with them so that they can do some studies on how psychedelics can potentially help soldiers, Marines, sailors, airmen, all the like. With potential PTSD.
Symptoms. Scallywags, snapdragons, sergeants at arms, pretty much anybody. Anybody with a dream, dreamers,
last year,
losers.
when we were still in the palatial 920 studios. On
Man,
AM
that
radio.
was nice.
It was real nice.
It sucks down here.
It's the worst.
It sucks.
We talked about how there was this Republican representative in Iowa that was going to try and push through decriminalization, and he's going to keep trying. 17 to 76.
He's almost there.
Yeah, we still got a lot of educating to do.
Well, he comes in there and he's always like, guys, you gotta try this shit, man. And each time he turns a few more on, man. Like, that's the deal. You come into the house, it's Iowa. Everybody's like, ooh, fucking corn or whatever they do there. I don't know. Sorry for all of our listeners in Iowa.
Well, you know why all the trees lean north of Missouri.
Because they're trying to get away from...
Because Iowa sucks.
Oh, nice. Shit, I knew it was something like that. So what you do is you bring a little... he brings a little speaker out, little Bluetooth speaker. It's got a nice little bassy deal to it. Puts on some Jai Wolf or something.
Spangle.
Yeah, Spangle. That's what we need to be doing to our Congress people.
Yep, spangle them.
Come on, man. Do we have to be the guys telling everybody to spangle our Congress people? Well, you tried to murder one earlier in the show.
Tried to murder him.
Yeah. Oh, well, he said he wanted to, dreamt about it.
No, I just
nightly,
said,
which was
if
weird.
Someone stole 6 figures from me, my life savings from me.
He would.
I feel like I should at least be able to challenge someone to a duel.
It was a hypothetical.
A duel. Now it's a duel.
I mean, we
now
celebrate-
he says, is that how duels work? You shove a gun in their mouth? Is that how they work?
That's how my duels work. Depends on how many paces. This guy's like still walking backwards. I'm just creeping behind him as he's walking backwards.
You sound like...
And as soon as he turns around, bam! Hamish and Andy.
Hamish and Andy. Sound like some St. Louis cops trying to have some sex with each other. Remember that whole that they shot each other during the whole sex thing? That thing never went away.
That
was a bad deal. That was a bad
Russian
deal. It was a
roulette.
crazy sex deal where you're
Russian
putting guns
roulette.
on each other. I mean, I don't know. I'm not here to kink shame anybody.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Maybe don't. It's like a praying mantis. I watched this thing about praying mantis.
Yeah.
Praying manti.
Yeah, they're cool.
They're wild, man.
Mantises.
Yeah, I listen. Joe Rogan and Bill Burr, which was a great podcast. They're
was
talking
good?
about praying mantis. Praying mantis. And they were talking about them, and if anybody, like, if you're, let's say you're not enjoying a show that's on for 2 hours on a Monday night, if you
At 7
YouTube
o'clock.
praying manti, you're going to have a good time. So I'm just letting everybody know.
They're interesting little creatures.
Interesting little creatures. I saw a grasshopper kill one, though. I did not see a locust. Killed one. Yeah, big mandibles. Just chopped it down. I don't know. I thought it was that mantis killed a lizard and this other one. They're so pretty. You know, it's just mantis talk.
Was it a smaller one?
Thanks for tuning in to the Monday Mantis Talk.
It's mantis talk. So yeah, we're all getting on board with psychedelics.
We're trying.
We're all getting there.
I mean, I listen. There's, we can be bummed at the fact that it was resoundingly rejected by the Illinois legislature, but we could also
Illinois?
be Did I say Illinois?
Yeah.
Iowa legislature. But we can also
Yeah,
be
Craig,
excited.
I wouldn't like, just interrupt you, and I wouldn't, correct you if you hadn't fucked up, man.
Fair
So
enough.
I'm not-
Fair enough.
I'm not gonna-
But we got to find the silver lining in everything, and we got a
Gold lining.
Republican lawmaker
Gold lining.
in Iowa that sees the efficacy.
Hit that bell, Mike. Hit it quick. 3, 2, 1. Oh,
The efficacy of psychedelics being treated and Do you still have desktop audio on, Mike?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
good. Yeah, it's got to stay on now.
Okay.
And it's good. It sounds
it's
good.
on.
Okay, fair enough.
Sounds good.
All right. Yeah, sounds great. Okay. Mantis
are friends of cannabis.
They are friends of cannabis. They're some people.
Yep.
Some
good.
people try to. They take an approach of using other insects to battle off potential dangerous insects that'll eat your plants, aphids and things like that. Throw the mantises out there; they'll get them.
Oh,
They're the
Mantis straight.
enforcers.
well, that's cool.
They're the enforcers.
They do this
That's
stuff.
really neat.
Oh, mantis.
Do mantis fly?
Those.
Do they have wings
Do that.
or
I
no?
think they can.
Come on.
I didn't know if they were tucked back there
Mike.
hidden.
You don't know mantises?
No, man.
Yeah, they can
They
fly.
can fly.
Oh,
They
okay.
fly. They fly
They can
really.
also
talk Thai. They can also talk Thai.
They talk Thai real good. They also, after they get done banging it out,
Doesn't the female eat the male?
bites
Sometimes.
his head, bites his head
Sometimes.
clean off.
I saw a female was hunting, and the guy's just hanging on, boning her the whole time. She's hunting, fighting something. He's just like, got his claspers in there. It's gross. It's the grossest thing I've ever seen. It made me grossed out.
Hey, here's what you're gonna do, guys. You're gonna tag a friend. Mike, if you don't mind skipping ahead.
Like, throw it up.
Oh yeah, let's go to that little thing you made.
Up, hey,
Whoa, hey, whoa,
Sorry,
bud.
sorry.
Whoa,
We're gonna do
bud.
this one last time.
One last time. This is your last chance to tag a
You're
friend.
gonna tag a friend that wants to win a hemp backpack from our sponsor, Sweet Leaf Emporium, down in Farmington, Missouri. Steve's working side by side with him now, which is awesome.
Oh, buddy, we got big plans.
Big doings coming down the pipeline with Sweet Leaf Emporium. I love our stable of sponsors. I love how much they do for our community.
They said Clay Stallings would like. He can put his dog in it.
What?
They
Who said
tagged
that? Who
Clay.
said
Christopher Crawford.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Oh man, they're tagging people like the Dickens.
We'll do it, guys. If you want a chance to win this backpack, we're giving it away. We're gonna do it tonight. Or are you gonna do it tomorrow? What for him? What are you
After
gonna do?
Cotillion, right? Isn't that what we decided, or no?
After Cotillion.
After Cotillion.
Who's
No. Well, the
did
next show.
anyone
Mike,
ever?
are you making your own
We're
rules
making-
up here, Mike?
No, you guys. Well, maybe we won't get to it tonight because it's gonna be a late night. We got heathens running around.
Who
Let's
knows? Maybe
let's
we
shoot
will.
for sometime this week. This is your last chance to tag, though.
Last chance to
Chance to tag. It'd
We're-
be 9 o'clock tonight.
We're
at the
drawing
end of
them
the
this
show.
week. Everybody that's been tagged over the course of the last month. I think the last 4 shows we've done. A
Oh,
tag
we got
contest.
2 Tiffany's in a row.
Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
God!
All right.
They really want Tiffany. I could see Tiffany. She's doing a cooking thing.
I know, and it's awesome.
Is it? Because I didn't get invited to film it. So I'm, I don't know if hurt is the right word. I guess devastated is probably a better one. Or excited that I have to do less work. But also, I would help her do anything. Tiffany, I would help you do anything. I feel like she's like, oh, I'm putting them out. Probably.
She is that type. Like, she would wanna
Probably
put you
are.
out.
You probably are. But I love her so much. She is. I mean, I don't want to. We're 7 months into the year, and I want to say she's my favorite for Hoosier of the Year right now. I'm going to put it out there. She's my favorite for Hoosier of the Year right now.
I've got someone that's neck and neck with her.
I got a few.
I got another old gal that's just right there with her. We'll see.
I know. We had Kessler won it the first year.
Yep.
And
Jennifer Barra won this year.
Barra.
She's the reigning champion.
Hoosier of the
Yep.
year.
Mm-hmm.
The hottie, hottie, Hoosier of the year. Hottie.
Oh, yeah, hottie.
I want to watch The Pest with Oliver Is that an okay movie? Bless you.
Thank you, COVID.
Is that a appropriate movie? The Pest. They don't have any bad stuff in
No,
it.
no.
Ridiculous.
It's like a book. I
Stick to this.
Stick with this. A lot of fart jokes.
A lot of fun. That's what I thought. I was like, he'll dig it.
I mean, it's based
I
on
saw
the
when I was
most
10.
dangerous game. Yeah, he's fine to watch it.
They hunt humans.
It's a story that's been told many a times. There was a movie, I think Ice-T was in it, Most Dangerous
Remember
Game.
the one with
It was also a book.
the guy who was the sheriff in No Country for Old Men, and he's in Men in Black, and he's really rugged and has a rugged face. Come on, help
Tommy
me
Lee
out.
Jones?
Thank you. Where him and Benicio del Toro are in the woods together. They end up no, but they end up hunting each other.
Oh.
You ever
Yeah,
seen
I've
that?
it, man.
You should check that out.
I'm on it.
Is that a movie?
Yeah, it is.
I'm on it.
It was man. He was running through the woods. He makes the knives, and he got trained to be a fighter and shit.
Well, I would hope so.
Well, yeah, that's what
That's what anybody would do if they were in the woods being hunted. Come on, man.
That's true. He nailed it. He did nail the plot line, though. That's pretty much it.
We gonna talk about next, bud.
Let's go to lyrics.
All right, lyrics.
Then we'll hit people with the like here it is. You want this? Then we'll hit people with the streaming picks because I got an unreal streaming pick, bud.
Oh, you mean
You do?
Unreal streaming pick. Unreal streaming pick.
We got
Song
some
interpretations. Hit us with the cathedral.
Okay.
Because I got to find the lyrics for this.
Song interpretation. Song interpretations.
One more time.
Song interpretations.
Past and Future Consequence, Vanderveer. Talk about this tune here.
Have you ever heard this the song, the tune?
I
I
feel like you have probably turned me on to it.
Yeah, it's they're like a Sea and Stone. They're like, that type of feel to it. Very folksy and like, oh man, they're singing love songs. It's a guy and a girl and oh, awesome. Well, he's got a lyrics in there that the whole thing is pretty damn good. Like he's very poetic and sings at a different cadence. So it's kind of hard to play and sing at the same time. You think it would be really easy, but
I always get mad respect for people that play songs that sound simple, and then when you try to make your fingers and you make your brain work like that, you're like, damn.
It's like rubbing your belly button. The same. Okay, and the lyrics, the whole song is great. But the best lyrics are, and I can't. Rowing over northern waters, angry and gray. Rowing over northern waters, angry and gray, make a man feel twice his age. I stand at the corner of two dead ends. One dies while the other one begins. And like it's right at the end of the song, and I'm like, oh, just living it, dude, at the end. And those folksy songs are really great at breaking down life and making you feel, tranquility and just. We talked about falling in love with nature, and I've been finding more tunes that I want to listen to in nature, especially with Cotillionaire coming up and hearing songs for a first time. Like we talked before about songs we didn't really like as a kid, but now we have found more respect for them. And if you have any songs like that, feel free to post them up here.
Post them in the group, yeah.
But the Chains or the Chain by Fleetwood Mac,
yeah.
like I liked it it was all right as a kid, but
one
like
of the best bass lines of all time.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's such a great
It's so funny
tune.
you say that. I've been listening to Fleetwood Mac for the last 3 days straight.
Man,
around the block.
it's some
Around
good stuff. I mean, I never really cared for him much, but like
Yeah, I'm hanging out with Jason and like getting another that dude can shred, and when you see someone play something live, it ignites something in you that you're like,
He's a little stud on the drums,
whoa,
too.
oh stud, dude.
Yeah.
It's a musician, just a musician through and through. So when you hear songs live and when you hear lyrics and you think about it with different perspective, I'm always feeling like I'm at the crossroads of one thing dies, but the other one begins, and I had a problem in my life, kind of. I didn't want anything to change. Probably comes from, they always say kids from like divorced families and shit. Sometimes they hit like I kind of get stunted in this growth before the change happened. Kind of like and sometimes I feel that now that I'm cognizant of it, that I don't want things to change. Everything changes. It's like trying to control a trip. If you try to control a trip, it trips you out because you can't. If you try to control time, you can't. You can't control time. Time takes so many different forms, too. When you're having fun, it seems to fly by. When you have like a big important thing coming up that you don't want to do, time flies. When you're doing something you hate, it's agonizingly slow. When you heard bad news and you're waiting to hear another there's no slower movement of time in history. And life, being a psychedelic that it is, when you try to control time, it trips you out. So you can't control time. So all these changes, all these little crossroads you just got to pick one and fucking go with it. Yeah. Just pick one and go with it. It's not always going to be the right turn, but this road's pretty for a minute. Maybe you crash your car and your whole family burns alive in the car. Whatever, at least you did it. You know what I mean? At least you went for it.
The road is paved with indecisive squirrels.
Thank you.
The road of life is paved with indecisive squirrels. I hear you.
All right, what do you got?
A little song by Perfect Circle. I know they're not typically your jam, but this is
Perfect Circle more than Tool.
More than Tool, probably.
Yeah.
And I think the reason behind that, for me anyway, is like Maynard is. Man, he's one of the greatest vocalists. I mean, talk about power of voice. Like,
oh yeah,
one of the strongest vocalists of all time.
And the melodies are good.
And that's the deal. Like,
Tool
Circle lives in that crunchy bass line, and they play
and
in
weird
time
timing.
signatures.
Yeah.
And they are definitely playing in a psychedelic musical space. A Perfect Circle really leans into a much more melodic. They have a version of Imagine that I almost prefer to Lennon's. Like that it's much more darker and ominous.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa,
I know.
Whoa,
I know. But
not here,
this
bud.
is perhaps my favorite song of all time. Honestly, like when people say, "What's your favorite song ever?" I typically fall back on A Perfect Circle, The Noose. It's the third track, I think, on the 13th Step. But it's really cool, and when you sit with the lyrics,
do that thing with your tongue again.
Thank you. So the song's called The Noose, right? And it starts out, it says, "So glad to see you well, overcome and completely silent now. With heaven's help, you cast your demons out."
Sorry, I was coughing.
No worries. "So glad to see you well, overcome and completely silent now. With heaven's help, you cast your demons out. Not to pull your halo down around your neck and tug you off your cloud, but I'm more than just a little curious how you're planning to go about making your amends to the dead." Essentially, this song is about someone who struggled with addiction and potentially even helped people acquire their drugs and came clean, right? Or got clean, and then started living their life, almost evangelizing about how much better their life is clean and sober, right? And so it's telling this story about.
And how do you make your amends with the dead?
Yeah, right.
It's like you've probably aided in killing people.
So the side, potentially, yeah. If you were a dealer, if you a heroin dealer or something like that, okay, great. You cleaned up your life. That's awesome. How are you going to make up your amends to the people that killed themselves, right? And the music is it's gorgeous. It's really beautiful. But at the end, the song's called "The Noose," and he's talking about. He says. With your halo slipping down, with your halo slipping down, with your halo slipping down to choke you now. And that's how it ends. So this idea of you live this angelic life, and and also has these undertones of a lot of people who do get clean, especially on substances like heroin. They get clean for a long time, but they're forever an addict, right? Like you're never not an addict. And a lot of times is you had a pattern of abuse, you had a tolerance, and this happens the most with opiates. When you're using often, you get used to taking so much, your body has built up a tolerance to it. You stop for a long time, you're cleaned up, then you do your normal dose, and it kills you. And so listen to the tune, give it a chance. It's a gorgeous song with super ominous undertones.
For people struggling with addiction, is that a demographic of Tool, would you say? Or like, you know what I mean? Or I don't know if demographic is the right term.
Or is that something that they touch on a lot? Well, this is a perfect circle. I don't think, I mean,
sorry.
I know, but I don't necessarily,
because I haven't dug too deep. I wondered if that was like,
I think that I think that Maynard is always kind of writing songs that are poignant to the national conversation. Now this song was released in 03, 04, so probably at the beginning really of when the opioid crisis was really starting to take off. But I mean, even like going to Tool, songs like Eulogy, it's a eulogy that he wrote to L. Ron Hubbard, basically, and attacking the Church of Scientology and what he created, right? So it's like, so he's always, I think, been there's always been a political slant to everything that they've done, but not in the sense that like Rage is like trying to get it's more of like, look at how fucking look at the lunacy.
At
look
an
at the
entire concerts. One of my favorite. That's when I first like kind of heard. Paid attention to them in the news media cycle.
Tool did a concert in California, I believe, and when he found out that essentially most of the audience and the venue was owned by the Church of Scientology, he came out and every lyric to every song he bawed like a sheep. Which I think is just the fucking most gangster fucking thing anybody can do. Check out The Noose, though, man. It's a gorgeous song, and then when you actually hear it...
that's what they just ask you. The Noose by A Perfect Circle.
The Noose by A Perfect Circle. It's on the 13th step. It's my favorite. It's my favorite song of all time.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, that's awesome. I tried to get into Tool a little bit, and I found a little bit more of a home in A Perfect Circle. But they are definitely albums you gotta get into it. You can't just put it on like it's the Beach Boys or something.
A Perfect Circle. A Perfect Circle is a little bit easier.
Like it's Kokomo.
A Perfect Circle is a little bit easier to throw on like Merit Noms or 13th Step and listen to it front to back, and it's got enough change. Tool, with what they do with time and everything, and the fact that most of their songs can be anywhere from 7 to 13 minutes. You're in it. You're in it, and it is a soundscape. Whereas A Perfect Circle is a little bit more of a lyrical.
Tool lends itself to a big stereo too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I'm sure A Perfect Circle does.
Totally. Yeah, they do. Well, I mean, it's a super group. A Perfect Circle is a major super group. You got Maynard's on the vocals. You got James Eha, who's the Smashing Pumpkins bassist. Billy Howardell was the guitar tech for Tool. So like that was how they kind of even came about. He had kind of a different idea for some things they did, and then they had Josh Freese on the drums. They've also had Tim Alexander on the drums from Primus. Like all of these dudes have played music with some of the best acts in the world coming together to put that. It's pretty fucking awesome. So yeah,
that's cool, man. Mike, what's yours?
I don't have one for this week.
Oh, he forgot to do his homework.
Yeah, my bad. I'll pick one for next week.
Mike, let's do something fun that we haven't done in a while. We just got done with song interpretations. You can go ahead and pop off that screen if you like. Maybe go backwards.
Pop off.
I don't know.
Finger popping each other's.
Not finger popping each other's assholes. Guys, we used to do this segment, and in front of the green screen, Mike he'd do some dancing for you and everything, but he'd let you know on the weather. We have Mike. I am very curious this week. And I know you don't do Sundays, bud, so I'm not going to hold you to it. But we have a big weekend. I have a big weekend.
Yes,
but we all have a big weekend. I'd like to know what the weather looks like, bud.
Don't boo, Mike. Don't boo, Mike.
This is Weatherman when nobody tells the DJ what to play. Nobody tells the DJ what to play. You hear me?
So,
You think I'm scared of the
what
dog?
we have for this week is a hot fucking week, okay? Everything's going to be above 92, 93. Come Friday, they're
Hey,
calling
center
for
yourself in that
40%
camera,
chance
too.
of rain.
Thank you.
Okay, is that
Thank you. That's better. I'm just trying to, for the audience at
So
home, I
anyways,
just want to make it.
this weekend is not going to be that bad compared to the next few days.
Oh, talk to me about precipitation, Mike.
Precipitation, they're looking for 40%. I'm going to go with 10. I'm going to go with 10. That's what I'm going to go with.
All right.
Saturday, they're calling for 20. I'm going to go for 0. These days are both 90.
Degrees?
90 degrees.
But Friday is 40? Is that
40%.
Can you give us the Duke, Missouri forecast?
Duke, Missouri. Yeah, let's go ahead and just go on.
Let's
here.
get Duke.
Let's see, because
Do I-
we're
yeah,
what, 2
sure,
hours?
okay.
Because 2 hours away. Because when we
It's
went to
different.
It's a big
park,
state,
Weather's
bud.
different.
Unbelievable.
In
I
different
once watched it
places.
rain
So-
on the block next to mine.
Duke.
It's sunny as hell on my block.
Isn't that weird?
It's so weird.
One time in my life.
Couple times.
A couple times? I only did one time. I was a kid.
Okay, so the weather for Duke, Missouri is
Don't piss in my ear and tell me it's raining, boy.
What's he gonna say?
exactly the same.
Okay.
Okay,
But
what's Friday
the
and Saturday?
rain percentage is worse.
Wait, that's not exactly.
Friday is 50%.
Oh,
That's fine.
I'm
I'll
calling
take-
for 0.
wedding day.
I'll take
I'm
a
calling
coin
for 0.
I'll take a coin flip,
I'm
baby.
calling for
Happy
0%.
jam.
That is my forecast.
the wedding day.
Saturday 20%. I'm going to go 0 again.
Okay. That's
Okay.
that's your
92 hot Sunday.
not
getting
not
it.
doing it, huh?
Bring your party panties. Is
Bring
what
your party panties.
That's what Mike's saying.
We're going to be there. I'm going to be there longer. I told the wife that I got to stay this year to help clean.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
right on.
he heard. He
However
heard I
late-
got lambasted. I guess.
However late I got to stay, I will.
You know, I'm sorry. I had to get to my sitter. I cleaned up 1,000 glow sticks. I don't know what. I mean,
Not bad out of 8,000.
well, I know. Well, there's 400 people there. You think they could? I picked up everyone I could see. They're hidden in the brush. These witches and their glow sticks.
I found a trick. when we went to the land with the boys. You got to do
What
it.
is the
You got to do
trick?
it at night while they're still glowing, so you can see them.
Who's gonna do that?
Nobody. We'll figure it out.
We
We'll
wait
comb
till
the
the
woods.
next night.
We'll comb the woods. I don't think they'll still be glowing. Well, next night we're gonna put more out there.
Yes.
No, I'd rather someone paint the woods with Craig's blood than use glow sticks. In there, are we gonna have a sacrifice?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
It's Cotillionaire, dude. What do you-
Okay,
guys need a goat?
I wasn't sure if it was gonna have Saturday.
Goat.
Do you
No,
need a
we
goat?
got-
No. What are you
goat.
using? Chicken?
Yeah, goat.
What are you using?
Yeah, it's gonna be a goat.
It's gonna be a goat.
It's gonna be a goat.
Sounds like
It's gonna be me, isn't it?
Yells like a goat.
Shit.
You wish.
Are you a
wish it
virgin,
was
Mike?
you.
I don't think so, pal.
No, he is.
For real?
Yeah. He didn't tell you about his promise ring.
He did not
Jonas
tell him about a
Brothers.
promise ring. You know what I think we should do? I
Told
think
you not
that,
to tell him. God
I
damn
think
it.
that we should go to a second commercial break.
Okay,
Okay.
fine.
And after that, we're going to come back with some wise words of the week. We're going to do some streaming picks of the week. We're going to wrap this up. I got things to do. I can't afford a wedding planner. I got things to do, Steve.
Yeah,
Okay?
we only got 23 minutes left in this program.
Okay, let's go to a second break here. And then on the other side, we'll do a little wise words, do a little streaming picks. And we're going to wrap this
We
show
got wise
up.
words?
I don't know.
I got.
You want to just do streaming picks?
Maybe I got.
Hey, you know what? Maybe
it's
you
good.
guys are both married. I'll tell you what we'll do. Maybe you guys can give me some wise words
Perfect.
for
Okay.
marriage. How about
Perfect,
that?
perfect.
All right, let's go to a
I can
break.
do
On
that.
the other side, these guys are going to teach me how to be a great husband to my betrothed. This is Hoosier Sophisticate. Thanks for turning around. Hang on.
Shake that dick.
Hey, actually, whenever I... Hey guys, actually, Mike and Steve are going to teach me how to be a great husband.
That's the funniest shit I've ever seen. Oh my god. It's hilarious.
Mike, take us to commercial, brother.
Hey girl, where you wanna go?
I don't care, I just love you.
Are you hungry? Do you wanna get something to eat?
I don't care, I'm kinda hungry.
Well, what sounds good?
Anything sounds good, you pick.
How about some Mexican?
No, I had that for lunch. yesterday.
How about we get some Italian food?
Ew.
Okay, now you're not saying anything and just giving me a
want
look.
something delicious.
What does that even mean?
I want to sit outside.
Applebee's, son?
Applebee's
No,
is
Applebee's.
gross. I'm not
Applebee's is
eating
good.
Applebee's.
I don't know why you're always
Applebee's fries
on
are
Applebee's.
disgusting.
Applebee's is one of
They're
my favorite darn
gross.
places to go ever.
I'm not eating Applebee's.
I wanna go to
Truman's. Let's go to Truman's. Soulard, go to Truman's. I wanna go to Truman's. And Soulard, take me to Truman's. We agree on Truman's. I love Truman's. Soulard, I love Truman's. Soulard. Truman, 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 Truman.
Truman's and Soulard, a place we can all agree upon.
James Carlton. James Carlton. James Carlton. You gotta get your insurance. Gotta get that State Farm insurance.
You think you found the best insurance agent in the game? Well, I got news for you. I did, and it's James Carlton. State Farm. CarltonInsurance.net.
961-4800.
Hey everybody, I'm just making this post as a little public service announcement. I recently had a roof leak and I got online and called the #RoofBoys. They showed up and they didn't have a truck. They came out of the woods near my home, which was odd. When they showed up, I'm pretty sure they were children. The little one was aggressive. He was beating on my garage. He was shirtless and had a tattoo that said Bug Life. And the older one didn't have a ladder and said he would climb my roof by getting on the pillar, and he was slapping a spatula around, which I don't know what a spatula does for roofing. So if you want a reputable roofer, I recommend you go to Lifetime Roofing and Renovation, located in Webster Groves. They've been around since 2005, and they're grown men.
Hey guys, it's me, Kippy the Crazy Koala Bear, and I'm here to tell you about James Carlton Insurance.
Kids, quiet down.
It's the best.
Kids, quiet down and listen to Kippy.
Grown-ups need insurance, and Uncle James can help.
Right on.
Grown-ups need insurance. He's got the best reviews on Yelp. Grown-ups need insurance if they want to protect their house.
Yes, sir.
Grown-ups need insurance if they want to properly bury a spouse.
That's a bit morbid.
Grown-ups need insurance if they drive a truck.
Okay.
Grown-ups need insurance just so they don't get...
Whoa, Kippy, you can't.
Well, I was just
No,
going to
you
say
cannot.
get in trouble.
Okay, well, it
you
sounded
don't
like you
wanna
were going
get
to
in trouble.
say something else. James Carlton, State Farm Insurance. You can find him online at carltoninsurance.net, or you can call him at 314-961-4800.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Dude, I'm sick and tired of having to scroll through the entire thing to find something from Sophisticated Hoosiers. Guess what? We spread false information. We got false info in the group. We can't have that. Better shut them down. Guess what, Zucks? You sucks.
You suck, Zucks.
You suck, Zuck. And I'm tired of it.
I spent a good deal of time communicating with some robot asshole, I'm sure, trying to get that cleared up.
Those are the views of Craig. Robots are great. So when they reread this transcript, they know where I stood.
I said it. It's frustrating, man. I mean, we've taken a anti-censorship stance in our page, and we've kind of let things out there for the purpose of having conversations. And what frustrates me is like some of the things that were flagged as false news, given a little bit of time, they're like, oh, no, actually that was mostly true. Like partially false still gets the flag.
Can I make my mind up?
Yeah, for real.
Craig, can I read
real.
through the bullshit YouTube videos, get totally tricked by the cabal, come to my senses months later, and not really have an effect on anyone? Really? Except I did write Tom Hanks a very strongly worded email.
On a Corona typewriter.
Oh, he said it, folks. Not me. That guy. I got the best streaming pick in the world.
We had to. We'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to that in a minute, Mike. You should look at him like he's a crazy man. That's okay. Going over to the show topics. I've got questions for you guys. Okay.
I got the best streaming pick in the world.
I've got some questions for you guys. So, Mike, if you don't mind sliding over.
Don't ever look at me. Ever.
There you go. Guys, this is a big week for me, and
you get to watch this later and see how I look at you.
I am always seeking a little bit of wisdom, and sometimes wisdom is found in the eyes and hearts and mouths of your best friends. And so, as I enter into this eternal union with my wife, with my future wife here, I would like to know some wisdom. What's something that I should bring into this relationship to be the best husband that I can be to my betrothed?
Simple. Okay.
Okay, it's real simple.
Mike?
Go take this one, bud. I'll go after you.
Okay. Here's the deal about being married, dude. You've already been there, done that. We had a little joke on your bachelor party where I was like, you invested? Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you're invested enough? You've already been there, done that. So the only thing I can say to you is, sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes the only way out of a sticky situation is to get in a sticky situation.
That's good wisdom.
It really is. And the biggest thing that has helped Jen and I is not taking ourselves too seriously. So when I'm a petulant little childish, I always have to be right about. I'm like, well, you don't see these facts from my side of the things, and she's like, yeah, no, I'm just telling you my opinion. I'm like, well, are you sure your opinion is this? Because your opinion's it's not wrong, but it's wrong. So that's tough to deal with. But if you can laugh at yourself and say, I'm a piece of human garbage. Both of us are at times. And it's okay. We don't have to be perfect. That's why we married each other. We're not perfect. We're fine. Let's get better, but fuck. Don't take yourself too seriously. So that's the one thing I can say.
Learn how to joke with one another. This is the person that you've conscripted your life to.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Okay.
But if she is adamant about putting something in there,
okay,
you say no. Everything changes that day.
Oh,
because you joke about getting pegged. All of these joking about.
Oh yeah, I'm joking.
Once that happens, things change.
The power dynamic shifts.
Things change. The whole pant wearing thing. Well, who wears the strap?
Okay, I don't because I don't need. I
You
wear
wear
the
a
chin
strap?
I wear a chin strap. I wear a little chindo.
They should make a strap on for guys.
Well, I mean,
that way you could double dick it.
Well, I think you could just strap up if you wanted to.
You could double dick it.
You mean both hole it?
Both hold it.
Both of them.
You get it. All right, Mike. Your
This
advice.
is great marriage
Okay,
advice, you guys.
all
This
right,
is good.
all right, Craig,
I'm gonna make sure that
Craig,
Missy
I'm gonna-
audits this marriage advice.
I'm gonna come at you for real. One thing I asked my
Are
old
you
man-
insinuating that he was not being?
Oh,
for real?
all of it was for real. I'm
Move
just
it
not
off
gonna
that
have
white
any
thing,
jokes.
Mike, over there. Just move it off the corner of that screen. Move the mouse. So it's like.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay, so no, my old man told me. I said, "Hey, how have you done this?" Hey, somebody likes both hold it.
Both hold it. Hashtag both hold it.
Yeah, my anyways, my old man said the reason it's lasted this long is the breaks. Not like constant breaks, like going to work or taking a little trip here and there by yourself every now and again and knowing when to pick your battles. Sometimes it's just best to keep your mouth
Every
shut.
damn time. You don't lose.
And it's like I sit there now today and I'm still catching myself, oh yeah, this is that moment where you shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing. Even though you know you're 100% right or 99% right.
You can't take advice from Mike.
Sometimes.
I'm
telling you,
taking
dude,
it.
I'm coming up on my
Pick your
8
battles.
year- I'm coming up on my 8 years, and it's just doing nothing but
8 years.
better.
How long you been married, Steve? Put you on the spot, bud.
5.
Well, she was pregnant with Ivan.
Yeah,
Ivan
I
just had
know.
a
I'm
birthday.
putting it together.
Ivan just had a
turned
birthday.
5 years old. April 24th.
Sorry, Jenny.
Is when the day it happened. And it was it's been 5 years this year.
Another piece of advice.
5 years this year.
Remember how long you've been married?
Remember.
5 years this year.
I think Steve's got to go to the store real quick.
It seems like Jenny and I have been married forever because I love her so much, and like it seems like we got something that's more than time. It's like timeless, endless.
Yeah.
And this endless love, right?
Yeah, man.
Pretty good. But I've actually seen 5 years. I was right. I've seen Mike try to herd cats with his. We went to the All-Star game.
Oh, the Blues hockey.
Blues All-Star game.
Yeah.
Mike,
Or NHL All-Star, yeah.
Mike is a good husband.
Mike's a great husband.
You can actually take advice from that guy.
I
good.
intend to. That's what the wise words. I'm seeking here. I
know, but I was saying
trying-
don't, and I didn't know if you know I was joking.
I knew you were joking.
Because like sometimes you're like, whoa, man.
Okay, well, I mean, I feel like Okay, so pick your battles. That's pretty easy. Know when to just kind of walk away. I say it's easy.
He's talking
it's
about
easy.
fighting.
It's easy in words.
It's
It's
not.
not easy in practice. I grew up in a family that fought for sport, right? Like everybody's jockeying for the last word, and it's something that in the course of Miss and I have been together for quite a while now. It's something that I've learned, and we both also argue very differently. Whereas
Are you giving
me,
us advice?
No, I'm taking your advice and I'm trying to apply it because for me, I just want to get it out there. Let's get what's the issue? Let's get it out there. She's like, hey, this would be a lot better conversation to have if you just gave me some space. So we instituted like the 3-day fuck you is what we called it. It's like fuck you for 3 days. Sleep over there. I'm gonna sleep over here. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
In practice, it makes it a little bit easier, but it's it's still against my nature. But here, knowing to pick your battles, that's awesome. Learning how to joke with one another. Miss knows just from what we have here, like we have a hard time being serious very often. I want to be able to. We know that this thing we call life it's the great cosmic joke, right? So I want to be constantly kind of laughing at, well, fuck, that's the cards we were dealt. That's the cards we were dealt. Do you guys go out of your way? What are some little, what are some concessions?
Don't.
What are some things?
Don't do it. Where are you going with this?
What's
he doing?
What are some things
Let him finish.
What are some things that what are
some
the
nice things you do?
Yeah, what are the small gestures?
Okay, I mean, dude, every once in a while, like I'm not a big fan on Valentine's Day. Like,
Yeah,
I
we
can't
don't do. I
fucking
don't do
stand
Hallmark
it.
holidays. I
So
get you.
what I
Yeah.
do is like every once in a while, I'll just pick up like a little bouquet of like wildflowers for
Okay.
and just bring them home, and
Yeah.
that, like
That's
tickles
illegal.
her
That's
fucking
highly
pink.
illegal, Mike. You can't steal nature.
And it tickles her pink. And
It tickles her.
Whoa! Wow. Okay.
you know, and it's just
This
little
goes back
things
to
like
getting
that.
sticky.
You
I
know?
get it.
taking her out to eat every now and again. Now that we can't do that, we've kind of thought about picnicking.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
I'm like, okay, I need to think of a plan.
Yeah.
I want to go somewhere really freaking nice, you know.
Yeah, okay.
But they really hold dear to that shit, man. They remember that shit.
You got a guitar this week?
I try to remember little things,
Yeah, for sure.
but I forget a lot of.
Well, that's fair.
I forget a lot of
It might
stuff.
not be you. It might be, could be.
You know when you come to a realization, like the moment when you come to the realization you're a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like that moment, like when the time when you're like, oh man, you could be better. You could be better. I could be better now that we're having this conversation. So we can all be better. You know what I mean?
I love having friends that have great advice, guys. I mean, I'm entering into the biggest contract of my life, an eternal contract.
No, really, like you can get out of them pretty easy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not big deal. It's not a big deal.
Mike, let's skip over to the next screen. Thanks for your wise words, guys. I feel a lot better about entering into this.
very welcome.
I appreciate it, and I also cheer on the relationships that the two of you cultivate, and I hope that I can emulate some of the things that you bring to the table.
I hope you have a blessed long marriage.
Thanks, man.
I hope everything works out for you. Listen, I feel like I have to explain something here.
Please.
No, the deal with it is oh God. Dude, where's that drink?
Right there.
Jenny and I have fun with each other, and that's what you and Missy have. You guys obviously are fucking head over heels in love with each other. Mm-hmm. Jenny and I, Mike and JoJo, I think that's one thing we all do. We all have a lot of fun with each other. Like we have fun when the kids are here. Like Jenny and I will look at each other like, look at these women. We did that. You know, it's a great feeling. But then when like you get rid of the kids for the night and you have a good old time and you have some fucking belly laughs with your girl.
It's the best.
That you haven't had in a long time. Don't be afraid to reconnect, dude, and try weird new things. And I mean that sincerely.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
But you know what I mean.
You mean like sexually? Yes.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, you guys, you get it. I can't wait. It's gonna be exciting.
I'm super juiced. I'm juiced, man.
Do I need to like prepare a speech, or
Nah.
do I need to like?
I don't expect
I got to
people to do that.
dance.
Okay,
An
good.
interpretive dance.
Well, good.
And what's
awesome.
What's garb?
What's
like
the garb
dress
look
code?
like?
What is
Okay. For anybody going, I'm going to be dressed to the fucking nines. But we expect all of you to be comfortable. It's going to be hot. So
Are there?
don't dress like a fucking bum, but I really don't care if you
Hey,
do.
did
You
you
know.
Are there photos?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I remember
There's
you-
photos, and there is also the night of the wedding. There's a little treat for everybody. Immediately after the ceremony, I'm pretty excited about. I got with our buddy Plowsy.
Oh yeah.
I got a pyrotechnic guy. Okay.
He does. No
So,
joke.
you know, I've made a couple calls to some people that were combat veterans and things like that, saying, hey, things gonna get a little blowy uppy. Okay, you gonna be okay? And he's like, as long as we can focus on the blowy part. And I said, okay, fair enough. We'll find you one. No, it's dude, I'm fucking juiced. It's like I said, this is it's my favorite place in the world. I'm marrying my favorite person in the world, surrounded by my other favorite people in the world, and I'm juiced, man.
It's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be great, and it's gonna be litty
What
titty.
alignment is the moon?
Well, it was full moon last night, so it's gonna be waning.
Better than waxing.
Am I right, Omar?
You nailed it.
Hey, do you have a
Wah wah wah. We like movies.
Hang on. Let's what are we gonna do here?
But don't tell me to hang on with this thing. I'm gonna actually do bass this
Okay.
week.
Boom, we like movies. Dum, so do we. Dum, we like internet. Dum, so do you. Streaming picks of the week. It's the streaming picks of the week.
we watching this week, Steve-O?
I've been watching the best
That
one
might have been
ever.
the best streaming thing.
That's good. I really got involved in that one.
Okay.
Sorry.
A little overfeeling that one.
The deal is Unsolved Mysteries. If you haven't watched it, watch it immediately. Turn off this show. It's scary. Remember the show when you were
The
a kid?
Unsolved Mysteries is back. I haven't watched it yet.
You know the
It was on my
music?
radar.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
That shit creeped me out as a kid.
It brings back all of those same weird energy. Like I was walking through my house like, oh my God, I'm
Lights
glad
off.
I got a gun. I was out in my front yard waving around, mustard stain on my shirt. I'm like, protesters! I don't know where they're at. 6 episodes, Netflix. One's in French, but that episode is
Like it's in French, like it's
wild. Yes, it's in Nantes, France. It's in France. And they have an episode. The last episode takes place in good old Show Me, Cave State, Innovation Central, Show Me, Missouri. Steelville.
No shit.
Really?
No shit.
Okay,
dude.
I was just okay. I spent a lot of time in Steelville.
It's Steelville. They go to Cassville. A little time in Arkansas. A little time in St. Louis. You know the game these people are running. Since we're from around here, you know the game that's being run. And so that adds a whole nother element. If you only watch one episode,
Watch that
the
one.
first one's pretty cool. The first one.
How long are they? About an hour?
45 minutes
Okay.
maybe. The first one is really neat. Really neat. It's tragic as shit. And these are all open cases. That's what's really
I think that was what was always kind of creepy
interesting
about it, right? Like,
yeah. They're like, the killer could be in the woods by your house, and I was like, oh, Mom, hold me.
and you
I was 12.
suckled on your mother's breast.
I'm just kidding, Craig. That's a joke.
Hey, what was your show called, real quick? Sorry.
Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Is it the same dude? Is he alive? Is it the same dude narrating?
It is, but he looks like the Crypt Keeper. No, I'm joking. It's not. They show like a silhouette of him at the end.
I think he passed.
Probably.
Maybe. Yeah.
Probably one of those people got him. They're putting me on blast.
Putting me on the news?
I don't think so.
Pretty good.
But the first episode, you don't know if it's a suicide or a murder, and it's real weird. And they find a cryptic note. It has all these movie titles. It's almost very, like all the cabal stuff that was going on. Kind of a little, these financiers are involved. It's really interesting. One is about aliens. So at the end, you're like, what are they going to be like? Have you seen this little
green guy?
Green guy? Big eyes. And
He looks like a little hog on him.
You've seen the alien?
Yeah, I've seen it.
And so
Couldn't forget it, man.
So it's really put it on at night, get comfortable, prepare to be a little bit. It doesn't have the reenactments as much as it used to. Remember how most of it used to be like a reenactment, like, I'm going to get you. This guy out the window. And you're like, that's freaky. There are some reenactments, but it's a lot of narration, storytelling. The alien one is some of the wildest shit you'll ever see in your life.
Okay.
And it's 15 people telling the same story that lived in different parts of town that had no relation to each other, unless it's the most extravagant hoax in small town where they're like, hey, you all want to get together and pretend like this happened. But so it's like I'm talking photon ray of light lifting people up, them losing time. It's really an interest.
And well shot, like with Netflix taking it over. I assume they added
it's
some
90% drones and cinematography.
Really? Okay.
You know what I mean? Like they're showing you the shit. They're showing you everything, and it is the one. Watch episode 6 first if you're from Missouri. You'll notice.
I'm not there yet. I'm on 2.
And number 1 is really neat too. If you're gonna watch 2 and just give them a try the Missouri one first.
Okay.
I think that's the last one.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Awesome.
cool.
Mikey, what are you watching, bud?
I am on Home Game. So the first episode we turned on last night was in Florence, Italy. Wow,
so
that's
good.
beautiful, man. I want to go. But if we do go, we're going to see this fight. or this game. Like they host this thing every year,
like
and they
30
were
on
talking
30.
about. Yeah, it's this team, and they all have a set
27 versus
position.
27, I think.
And if you can't hold at least 50 minutes of pure raw fighting and intense battling, you serve no purpose to that team. One
Dude,
guy
do you
said
know
that.
how hard it is to throw punches for fucking 5 minutes, let
I
alone an
remember-
hour?
I remember in high school, I think a fight lasted maybe a minute and a half, and it felt like an hour or two,
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
But 50 minutes.
Yeah,
of
and it's just a
pure-
brawl, right?
and it's
Now,
no
are they moving?
padding,
Okay, so is
no
the
rules.
okay?
Calcio Storico.
I watched one of these matches on YouTube. I want to say a decade ago. So I'm
500
I'm
years
excited
old.
to watch it on Netflix, where there's
Yes.
probably a little production value to it.
It's a 30 for 30.
Is there anything else other than, are you just trying to vanquish your opponents, or are
Here it
they
is.
trying to get a flag? Are they trying
There's
to
a ball,
score
isn't there?
points?
10
Like,
guys in the middle, roughly 10 versus 10, and their job is to clear the middle out. Once you get tackled to the ground, you have to stay on the ground. So
for the duration?
till a goal is scored. And the goals
Can you still-
are from head to waist, maybe only that high, but the length of the field.
Can
so they're
you-
so you have like 4
When you're
goalies.
on the ground, are you incapacitated,
No,
or can you
you're-
still trip
You're-
people up? You can
you're-
still.
Oh yeah,
You're live.
Yep,
Yes.
you are live when you're on. So guys think they got an alley, and a guy will shoot off the ground, and these guys are all built like brick shit houses.
Wow, frickin'
They all
everything
train
can
in
do.
fighting and athleticism.
Yeah.
There is a ball, and you just got to throw the ball into
the
the
goal.
goal, and then you guys can stand back up. And it's
Is there
very
a keeper?
gentlemanly.
Is there
4 or 5? Yeah,
Okay.
4 or 5 on the back line, all trying to
Keep it from going in the goal.
And if you throw your ball in, you get a point. If you miss, you get a negative half point.
Can you punch?
Punch people?
Oh yeah,
Oh, buddy.
dude.
Can you kick?
Anything?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Anything
you
goes,
see-
right? It's no
you
holds
see
barred, right?
One guy's
Uh,
standing
no.
and one guy's flying with his kick like
It's
this. And the guy goes,
gentlemanly
"Bam."
to a point. Like one
Right.
guy
Go
was
on.
like, "Dude, my ribs are broken. I'm good on the ground." And he's like, "All right." So he just lays on him.
Yeah.
Like, and then they get up though, and he's fighting him again with all broken ribs. He's like, "Until I get to that point, I just can't." The dude, I can't. In a gentlemanly game like this, I can't say I'm hurt and then fight still. I have to say, dude, because this guy could kill me if he just kept punching me in the ribs over and over.
Sure.
But it's a lot of slip, boom, okay, and you're running, and then one of your teammates is like, boom, from the side.
There's a time limit on it. There's like no like end
Yeah.
score, right? Like you're just
Yes.
it's whenever the
time
bell
limit.
rings, it's
Yep.
over, and y'all
Yep.
drag your
And you're
asses off the
you're
court
the
and go drink
year-long-
beers at a.
You're the year-long champion, and then you go. There's
Oh, yeah.
There's
Bragging
4
rights.
districts: red, white, green, and blue.
Yeah.
And like you're raised in your district, you cannot cut ties. Where you were born, that's your district, homie. Like
I love it.
And the day of the game, obviously no one's working. The day of the game, every one of your villagers and town mates, they come out of their homes dressed in red, dressed in white, whatever your color is, and they sing songs. And it's giving me goosebumps right now thinking about it.
Yeah.
Where they're singing songs, walking through the streets with the team, just the 3 or 4 oldest dudes who are about 35, 36. That's when you're going to probably quit playing. And they're leading the charge out there. Some kids have been playing since 17, 18. They're hoss.
Yeah.
And now they're 35, 36, and just, dude, it's unbelievable. The adrenaline rush you must get from representing your district.
Sure.
And walking that walk
You're a
to
made
the
man.
stadium.
It's like Gangs of New York.
Then
they're
when
all-
they win,
Yeah.
when
Without
they
the
win,
weapon.
it's exactly like it. They go and yeah, you're right. So without the, but then they go and they get hammered afterwards, and then after they're done getting hammered, they go to the hospital and they're like, "Okay, am I dying?" And they're like, "No, you're patch this up. You're broken," because you're breaking all sorts of stuff.
So Mike, that's the first episode.
That was
does
the
it
first one
does
we
it
got
cover
into last
all of
night.
Calico Storco, or
Nope.
every episode is a different game? Like
It's a different game.
Okay.
I'll let you
Different
know
place,
right
isn't it?
now. Second one is the Highland Games.
Oh, Scotland. Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Philippines.
The
is-
Heathen Games.
That's right.
Philippines free diving competition.
That shit's wild too.
Wild. Austin, Texas roller derby. That Coke Baru in Kyrgyzstan, where they do the
a polo-like game played on horses where a dead goat is the ball. Koch Fetiche, which is professional wrestling in the Congo. Macapung Lampet, which is vehicle racing. Oh, the vehicle is a water buffalo, and the track is a flooded rice field. You've probably seen that. I've seen videos of that shit.
I don't know that I have. That sounds pretty amazing.
And then another wrestling in India.
Whoa. I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's good.
The Calcio.
Yeah.
That's right up your alley,
Totally.
dude.
Yeah, I'll
like
check it
a
out.
modern day gladiatorial battle.
No doubt. And it's actually done in like a coliseum, isn't it? Like it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's kind of,
I mean, everything's so old there, dude.
Yeah,
Like
it's
when
for
you're
sure.
walking
Beautiful.
through the streets, you're like,
For sure. That's
this
pretty
is how you
badass.
guys were doing this.
That's
shit.
pretty badass.
Oh, okay.
And it's been going on for what, 500 years or something?
500 years.
Wow. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
going
it
back
is.
to the
'Cause
Renaissance,
they have all
dude.
the statues of the gods throughout the city, and they say that this is like their representation, their day when they fight.
Okay.
That this is in respect to them.
Okay.
You know what they represented.
I'm into that. That's cool.
Oh, you would dig. You
All
would
right,
dig
I'll
at
watch it
least
tonight. We I watched a movie last night that I was apprehensive. I wanted something that was just easy, you know, and I watched that Eurovision with Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams.
I liked it.
It was fine. It was
Not
fine.
reinventing the wheel.
You know, it was fine. Like I didn't think it was the fun. Yeah, it's whatever. It's right here.
That's where I'm
It
at.
made me
fine.
laugh a
That's
few
where I'm
minutes.
at.
Had a couple laughs in
Couple
it.
laughs.
I don't know what the fuck happened to me, but there was a moment towards the end, dude, where I choked up. Missy's sleeping next to me, and I'm like, get it together. What the fuck? I have no problem crying at movies, but crying at like a goofy Will Ferrell movie that's like based on like a voice style competition, something weird. I don't know what's going on there. That's not my pick, but I knew that you guys had dabbled with it a little bit. My pick, you remember, this might even go back to 590 on the changing station. And I think Kess was the one that told me about it. But there was a movie called Supermensch.
Yeah.
And it was about this dude that just
I love him.
the coolest fucking guy that's ever
Yeah.
lived in Hollywood.
Knew
right?
everybody.
Everybody knew everybody. Well, there's another one of those on Netflix. It's called The Black Godfather.
Yeah, I wanted to watch
And
it.
it's
I did
about
wanna
this
watch that
guy, Clarence Avant. And basically anybody who was anybody from the early 50s till now that has come up in the entertainment industry. Clarence is the dude that pulled the strings to make it happen. And he's like, hey, man, life ain't about love. Life ain't about none of that. Life's about numbers. And he's like, and I'm just always looking to make a deal. And this guy came up. He was representing, like, who was he representing? Some big names. Billie Holiday, Jackie Wilson, and maybe even Sam Cooke in the beginning. But he was basically, what happened is the entertainment industry, especially for people of color, was based around the Prohibition era. So these speakeasies would pop up, but they would also provide entertainment. Well, as Prohibition was ending, they realized that there had to be a business attached to the entertainment. There was now a market for entertainment in all of these clubs and everything. So he starts working with one of Al Capone's guys. And he starts this guy's like, hey, I think there's a market for a manager. So this guy's like one of the first managers. Before that, it was just like guys that just booked clubs and shit like that. This dude starts managing acts. And I mean, other people have said like, oh man, he's Quincy Jones, shit like that. Like people like that, like where everyone respects Quincy Jones. He's made millionaires out of how many people, right? Quincy Jones is like, no, Clarence is the guy. Clarence is the guy that made it all happen. Even Obama's on there, and he's talking about, he's like, some people strive in the limelight.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Obama. Some people
lot.
strive in the limelight, but Clarence is but other people understand how powerful it can be to be the guy behind the scenes.
Yep.
And that's Clarence. And this dude is like, I mean, there's people from Clarence Avant, I believe I think that's how you pronounce it, Clarence Avant. But like this guy was essentially a made man in Capone's mafia, basically booking all of this or managing all of this talent. And
is he still alive?
Yeah, and well, at least at the time of shooting this, I'm not sure how old it is. I think it came out maybe last year.
Did you kill him?
No. Anywho, but like people from the 50s and 60s, it opens up with Bill Withers. And Bill Withers is talking about, like even the documentary opens up with "Use Me," and I'm like, okay, let's get into this. This is gonna be awesome. And so, like anybody who's anybody for the last 50 years, but even like new acts, man. Like, I mean, even Jamie Foxx and Sean Combs and like people like that. They're like, man, if you were trying to do anything, you're not gonna get anywhere without Clarence. So this dude just made a live, just like Supermensch. It's called The Black Godfather. It's on Netflix. Super interesting cat. Pretty cool documentary.
I saw that and it's been on my list.
It's worth checking out. And the music's great, and just kind of
awesome.
seeing how it all comes together is great.
Cool.
So
cool.
Good
that's
show,
my
guys.
pick, man. Pretty good show, I would like to think.
Do we have any last things we gotta put on that we had on the stream deck that we didn't get to?
I don't know.
No, I'll tell you what. I think it would be pretty nice to maybe give our fans one last little taste of some Hoosier beef. I think that's probably
That's only fair.
That's fair. It's only like 40 seconds. So, guys, this was your prize for helping Mrs. Picarella win a beauty contest.
Leave that mics on. Guys, we'd like to thank Lifetime Roofing and Renovation for being our sponsor since the beginning. They've supported us and support everything we do. Thank you to James Carlton. Just call him and see if you can get your insurance.
He saved our buddy Nick the Tank a ton of dough. And
then we also got Sweet Leaf Emporium, who they're sponsoring the whole dang studio.
Yep.
And they are cultivating relationships with patients and helping people out. You can get your card there,
No doubt.
a legit med card there. That's the deal. And we got
Native hemp extract, man. I put it out there. A lot of people were worried about their dogs, all the fireworks.
He's on it. He's on
out,
native hemp.
for sure he is. Look at that dumper.
I'd put some native hemp in there.
So they
I'd put native hemp inside him.
Native hemp
Inside of me?
it gets me firing inside of me.
Inside of me.
Sodomy.
Inside of me.
It's awesome. And here's the deal. He's now got more products. So on top of the unbelievable discount that you can get on this, you can actually get some smokable hemp flower. With the code HOSO, you're going to get 30% off of everything site-wide.
This is the only
at
bottle
Native
you
Hemp.
want.
If you go to HoosierSophisticate.com, there's a Native Hemp Extract tab. You can click on that. When it asks you for a coupon code on the Native Hemp website, just enter HOSO. You can get 30% off of everything site-wide. It's a hell of a deal. 1,800 milligrams is the sweet spot. It gets my brain firing, dude. Gets my brain firing
I can tell.
just right. I didn't take it today. That's why I wasn't on.
Why not? We have Spanish Society outreach too. So
I am so excited. On September 26th, we are going to have our washer tournament this
We
year.
have a Hoosier prom.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. City of St. Louis is pulling their shit
I got to do that
bro.
again.
Yes. Maybe. I'll find out more.
God doesn't want me to have a prom. It's that simple. God has taken time out of his busy
What is
schedule.
this? Is this
to
the second
ruin-
or third time now?
Anyway,
Shit.
I believe it was August 26th, 27th.
I mean,
August 27th is when Hoosier Prom is slated at the
28th.
Spanish Society. 28th is a week after my birthday. 29th, because it was a day after my birthday before. August 29th. August 29th at the Spanish Society. We're gonna have a little Hoosier Prom. We got big donuts
don't
coming.
even talk about it.
But no, more. But honestly, though,
Talk
Spanish
about
Society
that.
outreach,
Yeah, talk about that.
washer tournament, 9/26. It's my favorite day of the year.
Is
I
that
love
gonna
it.
happen?
That's my birthday.
That's your birthday?
Fingers.
It's me and
Happy
JoJo's.
birthday.
It's me and
You
JoJo's.
guys, you share a birthday with your wife.
September 26th.
Share a birthday with your
We're
wife.
3 years
Well,
apart.
why didn't you give me
Advice.
that on your wisdom, pal?
Well, that's,
They're actually twins.
I don't know how I found that.
You guys are moon twins, aren't you?
What does that
Born
mean?
under the same moon.
I don't know. What does that mean?
He doesn't know either, Mike. And then also, guys, whenever all this shit shakes loose, Truman's and Soulard has been an unbelievable sponsor to us. We got to put a little something together out there. We're finding I got a little piece of equipment that might allow us to do a nice little live stream from Truman's and Soulard and pipe out some pretty badass sound to the people out there on the patio. So we're going to make that work. It's going to be awesome.
We're gonna pipe it, and we're also Brian and I are gonna play guitars. We're gonna get Craig up there to sing us a few songs. The guy's got a voice like an angel. We're gonna do that at the Spanish Society. We're gonna try to do that like Fridays or something, maybe for members only.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, you guys should consider joining. The Spanish
Maybe
Society.
Go to
Yeah.
Spanish Society.
It's the best $60 a year you
I
can
mean,
spend.
let's settle down though. I don't know if I want every godforsaken heathen.
Well, you have to be
thinking they can come
accepted.
to our club.
You have
They
to be
do?
accepted. Yeah,
Oh,
it has
really?
to go through
Yes.
a board. Yeah,
There's
for
a
sure.
rigmarole.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a whole thing, man.
Yes.
Okay.
get
I haven't
pen?
been accepted yet.
For real? That makes me
I,
happy.
I did the thing a couple of weeks ago.
Oh well, there hasn't been a meeting since then.
Yes, I know.
Come on.
Well, there's a lot going on, man. COVID, Corona.
Guys, I think now's as good as time's any. I can't wait to see you guys in a couple days. We're gonna go make some magic in the woods. I can't wait. I'm boiling over with excitement right now. I don't even understand how I'm gonna get everything done that I'm gonna get done, but I know that once I get down there and I see everybody start to roll up, this is a dream
Craig,
come
where
true.
do I park my RV, Craig?
There ain't no RVs. You come with an RV, you're parking somewhere else.
There's no RVs this time? What am I going to do with all of mine?
All of your RVs?
That's ridiculous. Oh, Charles. God.
Yeah, don't bring a camper and expect to plug it in. You better have a generator.
Don't bring a camper. Just bring your dumper. Don't bring a camper.
Especially if it looks like Picarella's.
Bring that dumper.
Bring that dumper all day.
Can we put that on the projector screen and
Yes.
blast it up in the trees?
Yes. We will have
a dumper in the sky.
There will be a special little zone that
A dumper in the sky and a dumper in my eye.
I thought I was the German around here. Guys, I can't wait to see you down there. For all those that can't make it, hey, sorry, Corona fucked us. I don't know what to tell you. But outside of that, I think it's time to.
The coronavirus looks like one of those old tongue ring things. You know, like the ball you
Oh
get in
yeah, the
tongue
old
ring,
little,
or like, and
the old
dudes-
little French tickler ball that they
Yep.
put on there.
And dudes would always be like, "I bet I could."
I bet
lick
I
your
could.
balls so good.
They always said that. It was so weird. It was so
They
weird.
could.
Like, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Et nomine Patri, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.
Why do we do that?